Hi everyone. We'll continue that interview preparation, the English video in live. I hope it will be helpful to many people. So, SAP interview preparation in live part 3. Okay. Today we'll try to complete as much as we can. So, rest all are fine. SAP live session interview preparation. Okay, all good. Okay, you can watch this one and any feedback or any kind of input you can mention. Thank you. Enjoy the learning.
Hi, good evening everyone. In this video, I will teach you about the concept of vendor material number. Okay? What is this vendor material number and where will you maintain in SAP and what is the use of this? How does it benefit to the vendor and how we need to manage this vendor material number in SAP in an efficient way. Okay. Let me tell you that the vendor material number will be maintained in a purchase info record in the general data. Okay. And what is the purpose of this vendor material number? You can see that I will tell you in a business example. In one of our projects, that wherever the vendors are in a large scale, so they provide the same material to 200 or 300 or 500 customers. Okay, these 500 customers can use different systems. Some people use SAP, or some might use Oracle, any kind of different systems might be using, or the same system, the SAP, they might be using other any system, but that customer can have their own system and they might have their own numbering to the same material. Okay, they have a special nomenclature for the raw material and they have a special nomenclature for the spare parts. Okay, anyway, they have the different naming so that customer can have a different material number in SAP system. For example, we will take it. We are the customers and we are procuring the material from a specific vendor. So the vendor will have only one material number, but he is providing the same material to the 500 customers. So he cannot maintain the 500 different numbers in the label when he is producing the material. So that what happens is he will send the materials with the vendor material number only. So the material number on the box will be the vendor material number. It's not our material number, right? So that he will send all the 500 customers to the same vendor material number, so that in SAP we should have a mapping. Okay, if I find a vendor material number, I should know what is my SAP number. So for that purpose, we use this vendor material number concept in SAP. We assign this vendor material number in purchase info record, so that during goods receipt, if you scan, for example, if you are using the scanner, if you scan the vendor material number, automatically we can show the details of the SAP material number, because we pass the vendor material number in EA table. Okay, for that vendor and the vendor material number, we pass in that EA table and get the SAP material number. Okay, otherwise you can take the SAP vendor material number and go to EA table. Okay, or we can go to the EA table and pass that vendor material number and get the SAP material number. So vice versa, we can get it however we want. Well, let us see the details. Okay, I want to highlight this main importance based on my experience. Vendor material number is maintained in purchase info record general data, and vendor material number will be automatically copied to PO from info record. For example, if we have a vendor material number in the info record, when you create the purchase order, system will automatically copy and show in the purchase order. The same you can display in the PO print based on the requirement. And vendor material number is used to fix the SAP material number during goods receipt. Like I mentioned that the vendor will send the boxes of materials. On that, it will have the vendor material number barcode label. It will not have SAP. So when we scan it, we should put a logic, scan the material number. If it is available in MER, RD or whatever table we are going to check, okay, MLGN, warehouse or MEREM, whatever table you are going to check it. If it is available, take it. Otherwise, go to ANA table and pass in that ANA table under vendor material number. If it is available, get from there. So this is what we get it. So vendor material number is used to fetch the SAP material number during goods receipt. I will show you how to get that. Later, if you label our SAP label on the box, then it will be fine for the next goods transfer or goods issue. Okay, if you don't want to generate a new label in our place, then still this logic should be applied during goods issue and during transfer posting or any kind of transfers or any goods movements, we should apply the same logic. Okay, mostly what we have given the solution, if a box comes with a vendor material number, when it receives to our warehouse, we generate our own label and attach it. Because further processing like physical inventory or goods issues and transfer postings, bin to bin, anywhere you want to scan a material number, everywhere you don't have to keep this logic of fetching the SAP material number from the vendor material number. Okay, and also it will be easier to identify by our people because we don't bother about the vendor material number. It is only an understanding between our vendor and ourselves that vendor is a huge number of customers are there and he has a concern that I cannot provide you your material number because if I have 5-6 customers I can manage, but I have more than 500 customers, so that it is very difficult for me to get all 500 customers material number and put it in the label and all. Okay, if the customer the vendor agreed that yes, I will provide you provide your number, so that I will maintain my mapping in my system and I will provide you my material number and also your material number. If he provides like that, then this vendor material number will not have that much significance. Okay, I hope you understand that requirement. Let us see in the SAP system. Okay, ME12. Okay, I will go to change info record, vendor material, purchasing organization, plant and giving. Click on enter. Okay, it is already in open stage. Yeah, it is in open stage. Okay, here we can see the field called vendor material number. Here we can maintain the vendor material number for the combination of material and vendor, so that this is the one I maintained. I want to show you how does it come to the purchase order. Go to ME21N and vendor material is 239, that is CJP1 55. Now go to item level, go to material data. Here you can see here the vendor material number has come from the purchase info record, and you can show the same thing in the PO printout. If the business requires, for example, that the vendor requirement is please show me the vendor material number also in the PO print, so that my operators or my employees can understand, okay, this is our material number. Okay, because they are not aware about the SAP material number, we are habitual with our material number range, so that please display on the PO printout, so that when the PO is received to our company, and then my employees and that respective the warehouse people at the vendor location, they can identify the material number easily based on the vendor material number. So the vendor material number can be displayed. That also I will maintain. Vendor material number can be shown on PO printout. Can be shown on PO printout. How does it helpful? That's what I'm mentioning, right? The vendor employees or vendor operators can see and identify, okay, what material we can find out based on the vendor material number. They don't bother about SAP material number. They will check their vendor material number, which is habitual for them. So this is about the activities, how we receive and all. Let me show you at the table level. SS16N, EINA, vendor master, sorry, purchasing for record, general data. Go to 239, give the material and the vendor GK V4. Okay. Pass the material and vendor in ANA table and get vendor material number. Okay. The field is how do we give the logic? Pass MATNR and vendor number LIFNR in EANA table and get ID NLF. Okay, this is to get the vendor material number. If you go in a reverse way, pass ID NLF and the vendor LIFNR in EANA table and get the MATNR, vice versa. How do you get the material number from the SAP material number from the vendor material number, and how do you get the vendor material number from the SAP material number? This is how we get the data. I hope you got to know the importance of vendor material number. I have given technically how we maintain and how we can show in the PO printout and how we can utilize this vendor material number and what is the use of the business. Okay, this will be helpful to communicate between the vendor and the customer in efficient way. Although they don't maintain SAP material number, still we can get that details. I hope this will be helpful for you to understand the concept, and please like my videos and share with your friends and colleagues, and subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon so that whenever I upload a new videos, you will get the notifications. Thanks again for your strong support. Have a good evening. Hi, we came with a very small video. Okay, this is only one interview question. The question is like, it was being asked in some of the interviews only to test your knowledge levels or experience, and the question is like, can you create a new item category for a purchase order in SAP? You know the item category, right? Item category for L for subcontracting, U for stock transport order, okay, D for service. Like that, we have a different item categories which are designed by SAP standard, and it is available for us to create different kind of a special procurement. Mostly we use for that different special procurements. The question is like, can you create a new item category or not? Okay, the answer is, you should not say that when someone is asking that. I think there would be an option to create it and all. So we have to answer like, no, there is no option. We cannot create a new item category in SAP. Even SAP recommended not to change the existing also. Mostly we don't disturb that item category, and even we won't have an option to create. Okay, we use the available categories. What are the different procurements? If any kind of a business requirement has come, we need to understand, and we have to see that where we can fit it, whether it can be fit in subcontracting, whether it can be fit in service procurement or consignment, any kind of a procurement where we can fit it, because SAP has defined these item categories after after observing many different kind of procurement processes, and even for the last few years many businesses have implemented SAP, but any solution can be mostly fit into these item categories. Let's check in the SAP configuration whether it is possible or not, if you want to try, and how the configuration looks like. For this, we have to go to SPRO, then material management, purchasing. Okay. After coming to the material management, purchasing, here we have the configuration, define external representation of item categories. When you go into this node, you can see this, even in the configuration wise, we don't have option to enter the new entries, and you can only display it. For example, let's select subcontracting and go to display. Okay, these are the data. So system won't allow you to make any changes to the respective also. Okay, it will come by default. We cannot make changes also. And for example, if you want to see standard item category, see for standard also, how this GR indicator and GR indicator comes from PO item link. Okay, what are the information we cannot change and we cannot create it? So the answer is, we cannot change the inside configuration of item categories, and also we cannot create the new item categories. That's what we need to understand. Okay, So new item categories cannot be created in SAP MM. That answer should be fine. Thanks for watching. Have a good evening. Hi. Good evening, everyone. I hope all of you are doing good. And thanks for your continuous support. And if you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, you can subscribe and share with your SAP circle. Many people can benefit out of my videos. Currently, we have 125 videos in YouTube channel. Thanks again for your strong support, and special thanks to 11,550 subscribers who subscribe to my YouTube channel. Today I came with one special topic, my first SAP MM interview experience. This question has been asked by many people, like how was your initial interviews, and you came from a completely different domain to SAP. How were the interviews and all? Okay, I was explaining during the mock interviews, and sometimes many students I give the suggestions and all. Now I got an idea. Okay, let's make a video about my first SAP MM interview experience, and also some kind of suggestions. And these kind of videos will be like mostly like person to person. It will vary, and situation to situation it will vary. It's not like a straight question that what is the T code for creation of PO ME21N. What is the table for material plant data MERC? So that kind of questions, these kind of discussions are not like that. Only single answer across the globe. So these are different opinions, and at that point of time, how we are responding. So few things will be correct, few things may be wrong. So it's only my experience, and I will just give how has it happened and what kind of points I learned. I will share with you. And if you have any kind of differences or any kind of good points, you can comment. But definitely, like I mentioned, that these kind of videos are very sensitive, because that was my experience, what I did, and what I learned from that interview. So those things I will highlight. Okay, I hope you got the agenda. It's not something whatever I told everything is correct, or whatever I said mistake, it's a mistake. Okay, so let's feel that experience. We'll go back to 2011. So in 2011, after I completed my SAP MM course, I was a bit practicing, but not that much. I think somewhere in the month of May 2011. Okay, so I got the first interview call from Wipro. That's a telephonic interview. So when I got the telephonic interview, I was a chemistry postgraduate, and my first interview, campus selections, that was at some hotel, so face to face. And later I attended some 2 to 3 pharmaceutical interviews face to face, and I attended some 3 paint industry interviews. I think 3 that also face to face. As a chemistry student, as a production officer, or any kind of these kind of area people, no one will have the telephonic interviews. Mostly it's not the culture. 100% it will be face to face. Even for my paint interviews, I went to Goa, I went to Mumbai, I went to Bangalore. Face to face is mandatory. Okay, the telephonic interviews are quite common in IT sector, but for the chemistry or pharmaceutical, for that kind of paint, such kind of industries, mostly face to face. So I got a call, and they said like someday you are going to have the telephonic interview. I really scared, like how to talk telephonic. We don't see the face, we don't know the body language of the interviewer, and what kind of questions are going to come. First interview in SAP MM, and also that to telephonic. And I was having only practice knowledge, and I have a domain experience and SAP end user experience I have. So I was literally excited. You can say some confusion, and also some kind of how we can perform, how we can talk. Okay, so that was a bit different kind of experiences. Finally, I got ready for interview. I wanted to tell, I think many of you would do that one, maybe at least for the first time. Okay, I also just made it and got ready for the interview. It was a telephonic. I think nowadays telephonic also happening, but most of the cases they are directly going for Skype or WebEx kind of interviews. Earlier it was like first telephonic, second maybe Skype or WebEx will be there, and later face to face. The 3 rounds are there. Otherwise, first Skype and second face-to-face. Okay, but earlier like telephonic, maybe initial filtration. Later they will do face-to-face or Skype or then face-to-face. So that different methodologies based on their the company guidelines and all. This was my first SAP interview, that too telephonic. So I sit in front of my laptop and I open my mobile, everything. So here it was like telephonic interview. Okay, first interview you're going as a fresher, although you have a domain experience, but I was trying as a fresher only. Domain experience only, I was keeping whatever my experience in the SAP end user experience. So some people suggested me that you will get many questions come from moment types. They will ask you tables, they will ask you transaction codes, because freshers that kind of questions will come, and accounting entries, which was very confusing at the initial stage of my career. And some people ask that they will ask you SPRO path, where you configure the pricing procedure. So these are the few things we are expecting, that damn sure questions. So literally I was sitting like this in front of my laptop. In laptop I opened SPRO path. I just opened material management, purchasing, and I was the person always I write notes. Okay, because of that habit of documentation and preparing small documents and preparing a lot of notes, whatever I learn, whatever I feel something good, I write. Even still I write it. If I get an idea to make a video, I will write on my notebook. So whenever I get a time and interest, I will make the video. So this habit of preparing notes and preparing small documents, that was there from initial stage. So because of that habit, it turned into blog and then YouTube, whatever you are seeing here, whatever we are publishing. So here I put in front of me the laptop I opened, SPRO path I opened, and I opened my notebook, and I have accounting entries. I opened the right hand side, one accounting entries notebook. I put the GR, IR accounting entries are there. And I opened all 6 screens of SAP. In IDIS, we have 6 screens, right? One screen for moment types, one screen for some transaction codes, SAP Easy Access. We cannot go through that one. So all those things are just I made it. So, but I will give you the feedback of what is my experience or what kind of suggestions I can give. So I made everything ready, and which question will come, and that kind of excitement. Then the interview was started, the telephonic interview. Because the first time the interviewer, how many people were there in the interview, they were saying that we have 2 people. Okay, what kind of questions they were going to ask, whether they stopped the question or they still asking some more questions. That kind of confusion also was available for me in the first interview, because the question was finished, still they are going to ask, because we don't know the body language, right? We cannot see the person. So whether he stopped the question or still he's going to ask. So we will give some gaps after completion of the question. So that kind of confusions were available. So when he was asking the questions, I was able to answer few. But the main disturbance is which question we will open SAP and which question I have to open my notebook. That was the very bad thing. I suggest people. Okay, so maybe some people may get benefit by keeping some accounting entries. Suddenly the same accounting entries might be asked and all, but it will definitely disturb your mind. Okay, compared to thinking about what you prepared, you will try to think about opening or seeing, that will delay your answer, and that will damage your concentration. And also you will feel that one where to search. Your brain is the main database where you have prepared, where you practiced and all. So don't try to have this kind of environment in the telephonic interview. It will definitely damage your preparation, what you prepared. Your brain has a big database which you have been preparing and which you have been practicing. So don't rely on that. Once you have an interview, at least 15 to 20 minutes before, you close all your notebooks, everything. And if you really have an SAP screen, if you can open it, then maybe you can keep it just to verify any path or anything if you want to really check it. Okay, that also I don't suggest. But if you really have one thing, we can have it. But you don't focus on, I want to search, and because SAP MM or any module is a vast, it has a lot of areas. Interviewer can ask questions from anywhere. So you don't depend on these kind of things. You just depend on your brain, what you prepared, and peacefully face it. You just feel like it's a face-to-face interview. You are sitting in front of the interviewer without any notebook or laptop or any mobile, Google searching, nothing. Okay, you just feel like that. So if you focus on these things, definitely you will be disturbed. If you are out of 70 or 60, you're supposed to score, that will be impacted, and you may get 40 or 30, and you will lose the interview. Okay. So for me, the knowledge was also less. I cannot blame completely on these things because my knowledge was also not that great. And the first interview, I was panicked, and some of the questions I was not able to understand because of the telephonic conversation. And I was preparing some accounting entries. He was asking what is the use of freight accrual, what is the use of freight. So such kind of people always prepare goods receipt accounting entries. Means first initial understanding, stock account debit and GRI credit you need to prepare. Okay, but slowly when your knowledge levels or maturity is getting increased, you need to enhance to the next level. Keep a freight and how the accounting entries will be there. Okay, the freight amount is loaded on material, so the stock account hold debit and the freight clearing account and GRI clearing account both will be credit. Okay, so if, for example, if there is a 20 freight and 100 is the material value, at that point of time, accounting entries will be stock account 120 debit and freight clearing account 20 credit and GRI clearing account 20 credit. So such kind of a confusion. I was confused with credit and debit, and I gave some wrong answer. I know this 20 will come in between as a freight clearing, but the debit, credit, total nullify also, I was not having the proper logic. Overall 120 debit and 20 minus and 100 minus, total should be 0. I missed that logic also, so I would have told, I think I told freight also as a debit, so it became total 140 minus 100, 40 still balance is there. So we always have such kind of some methodology. Okay, total accounting entry should be 0. Okay, so total nullifying, it should be nullified. So such kind of basic things and fundamentals, if you remember, you don't do such kind of mistakes. Which can be debit, which can be credit, you can really make it. And the transaction codes, the tables, they were being asked that one. Okay, and I was under performance, I can say. Okay, that was mainly because of the less performance, first interview, panic, and the telephonic interview, the experience, also lot of fear we have, right? How will be the telephonic interview? And we don't know the body language of the interviewer, whether he is feeling happy with our performance or he is depressed. That also we cannot see anything. So the first question, whether, for example, in case of face-to-face, if you have given an answer, according to his facial experience, somewhat we can expect that, okay, I answered properly, at next question you can go confidently like that. Okay, that also, these kind of things will be there. So anyway, my performance was not that great, and I couldn't clear that interview. So my first experience, I can say, the overall, we should prepare very well. That's the fundamental. Second thing, whether it is a telephonic interview or Skype interview or face-to-face, you just go with your mind and be confident. Keep a resume in your hand and give your best. Whatever questions are coming to you, you just answer it, whatever you know. If you're not very clear with the question, ask again. If you don't know the answer, you can give an answer like, yeah, I forgot, or I didn't work in the recent days, or I didn't come across this concept. Kind of answer you can give it. Okay. But it should not be like, okay, he asked a question, if I don't answer, he may feel bad, so that give something. So he would have asked you a question like, what is the movement type for transferring consignment stock to own stock? Okay, the correct answer is 411K. 411K movement type will be used to transfer from consignment to own stock. I got this question. So I know that one transfer consignment to own stock, it will be some transfer posting only, but some special movement type will be there. So when I was remembering K, I was getting cost center, because the initial days we will have a confusion, right? So I was confusing, and I answered like consignment to own stock. I tell something 511 or 531K, something I told like that. So because of that, what happened? the interviewer will think that this guy doesn't know about the 531, he doesn't know about 411K. So when you are not very sure with the answer, try to skip that. I recently I didn't refer, or else I forgot. I know this one, but I forgot. But it's something related to transfer posting of special stock. That is for sure. The moment type also mostly like this. Even when you are seeing my moment type tips to remember, then only I got this one right. Transfer posting special related 4 series and transfer posting 3 series. So because of that, if I had that knowledge during my interview point of time, I couldn't give answer to related to 5 series. I'm sure I will give something in 4 series, maybe 451 or 411 or 431, but at least I couldn't go to other wrong, completely blind answer. So I would have given answer like, I couldn't remember exactly, but definitely this is a 4 series moment type, which will be used to transfer from consignment to one stock. Because of that interview, the moment type tips, I would have given this kind of a better answer. Okay, so try to give the appropriate answer, at least the relevant answer, but not completely irrelevant. Something we have to answer, don't give such kind of answers. I think these kind of few mistakes, I was rejected. I think you know, right? They don't give the reply. They say that yes, we will get back to you, but I couldn't. I think I didn't get any response. So we are like in paint industry and all. They would give some information. We also follow up and all. I tried to follow up, but some of the people told like if they have not responded for a week, then you can understand that you didn't clear the interview. Okay, then I got assessment that okay, we need to prepare like this, and we have to tell confidently, because when you during interview, that only the confidence will be your voice only. So this is my first experience, telephonic interview, my first SAP interview in 2011, somewhere in the May ending, I think. Okay, May ending. So later I attended some more interviews. I will definitely try to make it any interview which is completely having some different things. I will try to make interview. That experience I will make it. So based on this telephonic interview, I plan to give some tips, some suggestions. Okay, these suggestions I'm not the right person to give, because there are many experts, and if you open Google, different websites have given different kind of tips to give a better performance. Just I'm giving based on my experience and whatever I learned, and just sharing. Okay, most of the points should be fine, but there are many points you can explore in the internet to get the inputs. Okay, let's check the point by point here. Okay. Okay, what are the do's and don'ts I'm going to tell you according to my experience, and also whatever I went through the different websites or whatever I learned in my experience. The do's wise, first get ready at least 10 minutes before interview. At least 10 minutes before. The interview was scheduled at 11 a.m. You don't be join at 10:59 kind of a thing. Okay, this will be either it's a Skype or any kind of interview. Get ready at least 10 minutes before and be peaceful. Don't keep too many books in front of you and notes and all. Maybe like I mentioned that if you have enough maturity levels and you can think with your brain, and if you cannot think, you can refer immediately. If you have that kind of maturity levels, you may keep your notebook. But initial people and the beginners, all those people, please try to avoid any notebook or laptop or Google search, anything in front of you that will damage your interview. If you have a good experience and maybe confidence, then you will answer most of your questions. If any one or two questions, if you really want to refer, within fraction of seconds, you will have that enough maturity to refer without getting the panic or without showing your tension and all. But ideally, I suggest believe your brain, believe your experience, and believe your confidence. Okay, that time searching is not required. You can search the before interview, that day night or last 1 week, you can refer. Okay, so and also get ready peacefully to face the interview at least 10 minutes before. Sometimes the interviewer may not call for 5-10 minutes, 15 minutes. Just wait it. Don't say that they are not calling like that. Just wait for at least 10 minutes before. So on time, we should be available on time. Okay, the interviewer may be 5-10 minutes late also, but we should be ready without irrespective of their presence. Activate the option of call forward. Yeah, nowadays mostly we use the mobile. So in the mobile, there are different mobiles will have different options. Call bearing or call forward or some call busy. So whenever you are taking the interview, if someone calls, you will not get that beep sound. Busy, such kind of a sound or that disturbance will not be there. So you will have the option in settings. If you activate that, maybe you can activate at least 15 minutes before interview. So after completion of interview, you can remove that option. So that when you are taking the interview, it will not give you the lot of calls you are getting, and that will not disturb you. Okay, and that will not disturb you. And because any small incident also can cause for your panicness, that can lead failure in the interview. Okay, do that option, and after completion of interview, you can deactivate that. Select a room or a place where there won't be any noise. Yeah, you have to select your in a house, or if you are taking the interview in any office premises, or if you are taking at your friend's house, any place, try to environment. There is no TV sound. There is not people will not come and knock the door. Okay, and there will not be any external noise of traffic or any kind of a thing. Try to avoid it. That will disturb. In the telephonic, the disturbance will be too high, so the interviewer will get irritation. That may cause on your interview performance. And you also cannot hear some questions. You cannot, how many times you ask that one, pardon, can you repeat the question? Sorry, can you repeat the question? If you are using many times like that, then it will be mess up. Okay, it will mess up. So please keep a proper room where there will not be any noise. Try to use a landline. Yes, nowadays most of the people don't have a landline, but if you really have a landline, yes, it's a very good option, so that you will not have these kind of other issues. Okay. Make sure the headset mic is working fine. Yes, whether you are using any kind of mobile anything, the mic is working fine. So you didn't verify and you just use some of the headphones which is available. We know, right? And when we have interview, we will set it our sister or brother or roommate or somebody's headphones. We will take it, else we just plug it. That's it. After that, the interviewer saying that I cannot hear you. So these kind of issues. So check properly. If mic is working fine, that only you use it. So see, these kind of things will generate the panicness. The panicness will lead few interview questions. That few interview questions are enough for you to fail in the interview. Okay. Be confident and answer to the question clearly without extension, as your voice is the key. Because in case of telephonic interviews, your voice, how confident you are talking, how clear you are explaining, and how clear your understanding. So your listening skills and the confidence in the voice will be the key points or key areas where the interviewer will consider you. Because your way of talking, your body language, or facial expressions, all those things cannot be seen during telephonic interview. So only how you are listening and how confident you are talking, your voice, how confident it is, and how clear it is being explained, and how what kind of sentence formation, and how confident you are explaining. So you should be confident to give the answers, and also listen the question properly and answer to that question. You know a lot of things about that concept, but you don't have to explain what he has asked. Right question to answer, then he will go to the next question. If you're explaining that only, then he will say that why is explaining all those things I just asked about. Okay, for example, he asked you a question. Okay, what is the key point to get pricing procedure automatically into your purchase order? You just tell that one based on the calculation schema which is assigned to the schema group purchasing organization, and also the schema group vendor is assigned to the vendor. So like that, you give the key 2 points. You don't have to explain actually calculation schema we will create, and all the condition types will be created first. After that, you don't have to explain the complete pricing procedure step by step. If your interviewer asks you that, please explain me the step-by-step configuration for pricing procedure, then you explain. If you ask the question only, what is the main setting which will cause to get the pricing procedure automatically into the PO, you have to tell mainly two things: the calculation schema assigned to the schema group purchasing organization and schema group vendor. The same schema group purchasing vendor, schema group vendor will be assigned to the vendor master in the purchasing data, and schema group purchasing organization will be assigned to the purchasing organization in the configuration. So because of these two assignments and that master data assignment, we will get the pricing procedure. So on these three settings we have to tell: two config settings and one master data. Keep your resume with you. Yes, most of the interviewers will ask the questions based on your experience and based on the skills you mentioned in the resume. So keep a resume with you, okay? So that which question he is going to ask, or else if he asks something, you put that you worked on iDocs in the project 2. What kind of iDocs? Then you should not say that what is project 2, I put it and all. You don't have to go somewhere else. If you have a resume with you, you can open, yes, in the project 2, I put it. Okay, in this project, yes, we worked on iDocs related to material master. You can answer it. Okay, if you don't have a resume, then you will answer something else, and it will break that chain. What is going? You are answering properly. That will disturb it. So that have a resume with you, so that if he mentions in this project how you have worked, so you mentioned this role. What is this role exactly? So you can easily answer it. Okay. I hope these do's have given you some good understanding, and many these kind of do's you can find in internet. Okay, definitely it will be helpful for you when you face interview. Don'ts. Okay, nowadays people have many apps. Yes, nowadays mostly nobody have. Many people don't have the landline, so mostly we use mobile only. So lot of apps, and the apps also we activate all notifications. So I use a few apps only. Okay, but I saw some of my friends or some of my colleagues mobile, they have some 32, 35, 28 apps. The too many notifications are keep on coming. Okay, so that notifications may disturb. So, and also we have anyway WhatsApp and FB Messenger. These are mandatory messengers also available. We keep on getting the messages, and we are in a lot of groups also, personal groups, office groups, and any other social groups we have. We are in that group, so keep on messages, forward messages will come. So try to stop internet, okay, or else keep in silence also. I think it may disturb. You can check once if the silence will cause any issue. Otherwise, try to stop internet during your interview, okay. And if you don't understand the question, you can ask him to repeat. Yes, in telephonic interviews, mostly the conversation may not be, we are not able to understand. If it is a similar kind of language, somewhat fine. But if the interview is being taken by any foreigner, okay, then definitely we will get these accent issues, and we may not understand their words. So we have to listen very carefully to understand the question. So during that point of time, if you really don't understand, please ask them to repeat the question. It should not be like for every question. At least if you are facing some 15 to 20 questions, at least 3 times or 2 times or 4 times may be acceptable. I cannot say there is no rule 3 times, 2 times like that. It can be done, but every question you should not ask like that. You should listen carefully. You should listen properly and understand the question. If you don't understand, don't hesitate that if I ask what will happen, then you answer whatever you want. That's the wrong thing. You try to please repeat the question. So that kind of things also we can see in internet. Some people say like, pardon, can you repeat the question, or else sorry, can you repeat? We have different kind of things how we can ask the interviewer to repeat the question. So we should ask them compared to giving the wrong answer. Avoid too much silence, as interviewer doesn't know whether you are thinking or not available, etc. This was happened for my interview also. See, when your question was coming, either you're thinking or else you're feeling that but you are thinking that in case of face-to-face interview or Skype or some any kind of a mode, he can understand that yes, this guy is thinking. Okay, maybe he can wait it. But in case of telephonic interview, if you take too much thing, that also can be. So you can just give a that yes, I'm deriving or else let me tell you something. You just inform him, but don't take too much gap or kind of a thing. And if you are definitely if you keep books, notebook, Google search, and all that kind of disturbance, definitely you will give a lot of gap and it will completely damage your interview. And so that don't do such kind of a things and try to answer spontaneous and take few seconds. If you cannot answer, you can tell that one I forgot. Compared to I don't know, mostly you try to say I forgot or recently I didn't work or else I remember something. It's a 4 series or 3 series. Such kind of answers maybe you can give. Okay. But never talk over the interviewer, and this happens generally. So wait until interviewer finishes the question. Yeah, because in case of face-to-face, we know that when the interviewer was stopped, so you can start. But in telephonic, it's very important. We have to listen carefully when the interviewer stopped the question. Okay, after he stopped the question, wait for 3 seconds or 4 seconds. If there is no sound, then you can start replying. Compared to that one, when without giving the gap, immediately answer it, and he is talking and you're also answering. So that kind of things we need to avoid. This is part of listening skills. There are many experts. I cannot talk more on that. There are many experts who are giving suggestions about the listening skills, and that you can go through in internet. There are different websites where you can get it how to listen, how to improve our listening skills, and how to listen. Okay, and interview also when the question is finished, give some 3 seconds gap, then you can start answering. Or if you are not very confident, can I start answer like that? Also you can say. Okay, so that he can say that yes, you can. So that kind of a thing you can have it, but don't when he is talking, you're also talking. The mutual simultaneous talking will generate a lot of issues, and also it will generate negative impact on your performance. Finally, they avoid if you are sometimes nowadays we are having a lot of usage like or else something different that filler kind of words we are using. So please try to avoid that. Okay, so this is the overall do's and don'ts when you face a telephonic interview. And be confident, listen carefully, and answer to the question, and listen until the question is completed. Don't interrupt, and don't say that yes, yeah. I'm also thinking like that. That excitement also you try to avoid it. Even I was also interview panel in large company, and even now also I do sometimes. In many telephonic mock interviews also I did, and mostly my mock interviews are either telephonic or else any kind of a go-to-meeting kind of a mode. So the people are exciting before question is completed that they will try to yes, I'm also thinking like that. Yes, they will try to answer before question is completed. Please try to avoid those things. And these kind of tips, we have a very good websites you can go through. I just have that 8.5 years of experience, and I would have faced maybe some 15 interviews in my career, and I had taken more than 30 to 40 interviews I had taken in different drives and all. So based on that experience, I gave some tips. There are many experts in the internet, so you can check that to enhance these skills. Okay. If anything, any comments or any better things, people can comment. So many people can be benefited. Whoever watch my videos, they can see the comments. So your inputs also will be helpful for them. That's it. This is my experience. 2011, I faced my first telephonic interview. That was my first interview in SAP MM. I will definitely come up with my second interview that has some special thing. Okay. Definitely if I have some inputs to share with people, and I hope any video, whatever I make, whatever I thought, getting thoughts and spending time, my intention to help some people, and most of the people should get benefit out of my videos. If you like the videos, definitely you share with your friends. So not all people may not be experts. Even experts also will know few things. Even I we work for some projects, but many things, every project we see some new things. We didn't see this scenario, although I work for 5 implementations or 6 implementations. So this happens. So nobody knows everything, and everybody is a continuous learning process. If you get an opportunity to work for more, and we will learn more things. And if you share knowledge, and it will be helpful to many people, and that will give immense satisfaction. So these are the tips, and thanks to everyone for your time. And see any YouTuber, like, comment, subscribe, and share. If you see entertainment related or movie or knowledge or our education or technical channels like us, any kind of a thing, these 4 are the pillars for the success of any YouTube channel, because these only will give you the motivation. This will give you to reach to more people. So don't hesitate to put a like. They don't charge you anything. YouTube will not charge you if you like. YouTube will not charge you if you comment or subscribe or share. Okay, so you like the video, you participate in knowledge sharing. This video is very good. I think my friends can get some benefit. See, when you want to share the knowledge, that knowledge cannot be made by you. It can be made by anyone. So these 4 pillars, if you watch a short film or movie or anything, if you like it properly, if you feel that it's very good information wise or entertainment wise, you share with your people. So all the YouTubers will be happy. And so this statement I'm dedicating to all the YouTubers. These 4 are our pillars. Thanks again for your time. Have a good evening.
This conference will now be recorded.
Hi, good evening. In this video, I will tell you one important standard report. Generally, many of us might not aware on this transaction code. Mostly we concentrate on the material documents per material. Generally, like MB51, we mostly know this, but there is a one transaction code, SAP standard report, which can be used to get the list of accounting documents for specific material or plant by giving a company code. Okay, we can input and we can get the accounting documents. The transaction code will be a bit different. This S_ALR_870129991. It will be difficult to remember, but at least if you know that yes, this accounting documents for material, the transaction code starts with S_ALR, then you can go to SA93 and just give S_ALR star, then we can get it. Otherwise, we can get from the by searching also. Okay. For example, like I mentioned, SC93 and S_ALR_star. Okay, there are many there. Maybe in the short description, account. Let us give the team code. We'll see the description first. 870. Accounting documents per material. Okay, so in this channel we can check it. Or else we can, like I mentioned, that we can have okay, we can give the description, whatever we can remember, and we can get that. And also this one, also we can start documents. Okay, the short text we can give by description, or else we can select based on the short text, however you want to know. But here there were no F4s, that's why it's not allowing us to get it. Okay, another method, like I mentioned, we have to go to SAP 1. Okay, SAP 1. And in SAP 1, we will get the all the transaction reports, and here we can select for S_ALR. Okay. There would be different reports wherever we get the S_ALR related reports. Okay. These reports we can find out, or else we can go to our material management and inventory management. Okay, wherever we can see this different kind of reports. Like this also we can search it, and based on the specific text. Okay, in SAP 1 we will have all SAP standard related transactions, all reports will be there. From there we can check for the, based on the text also we can find out. Okay, otherwise we can give some text and we can find out the SAP standard reports. Okay, now we'll go to this accounting documents for material. So we can give the company code and plant. Okay, and posting date also we can pass, whatever the posting date range you want to get it. So once we give the accounting documents for material, we can input the details and execute it. So that list of accounting documents will come. We can see here the related document type is available, the material number, PR means the physical inventory related. Okay, for example, this one if you see the accounting document, this was related to the stock. Okay, the BSX, BSP, FRL. Okay, this is related to the subcontracting related PO. Okay, that we can get here. And if you see this document, it's related to stock account and the cost center. It could be related to the goods issue for cost center. Okay, so we can get these accounting documents for a material or a plant by using this SAP standard report. Directly accounting documents can be received from this transaction. I hope this will be helpful for you. Okay, you can check different other standard reports also in my YouTube channel. You can just go to Google and give Ganesh SAP, so that you can get that different kind of documents and videos. I hope it will be helpful for you, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.
हम मटेरियल को ट्रैक कर रहे हैं। क्वांट के रूप में हम कह सकते हैं कि वह जो भी प्रोक्योरमेंट कर रहा है उसके अनुसार अकाउंटिंग एंट्री और जीएल अकाउंट सैप में इन्वेंट्री करते समय ट्रिगर हो जाएगा।
नहीं, मैंने पूछा था कि अलग अलग इन्वेंट्री ऑपरेशन क्या है, जैसे कि किस तरह के गुड्स मूवमेंट्स आप जानते हैं। हाँ,
तो मूल रूप से मानक गुड्स मूवमेंट्स जैसे 101
MH
और गुड्स CSU2 कॉस्ट सेंटर। इसके अलावा कोर CSU2 सब कॉन्ट्रैक्टर और कभी कभी यह 103 होगा और GR ब्लॉक स्टॉक 105 को रिलीज करना होगा, और कभी कभी हम इसका बहुत कम उपयोग करते हैं। हम इसका उपयोग 301, 301 और 303 करते हैं। ठीक है, यहाँ देखें, जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शन में कहा गया है कि यह एक फंक्शनल सपोर्ट या इम्प्लीमेंटेशन रोल होगा जो ज्यादातर इन्वेंट्री मैनेजमेंट से संबंधित प्रोजेक्ट से संबंधित होगा। ठीक है, जब मैंने पूछा कि अलग अलग गुड्स मूवमेंट क्या है, मैंने नहीं किया। आपको सैप मूवमेंट टाइप्स और सभी पर जाने की जरूरत नहीं है। आप बस यह बता सकते हैं कि गुड्स रिसीव्ड, ठीक है, पीओ के साथ गुड्स रिसीव्ड और बिना किसी रेफरेंस के, या गुड्स इश्यू, ठीक है। माल के मामले में भी हमारे पास ठेकेदार को जारी किए गए माल और लागत केंद्र के लिए माल जारी करना, स्क्रैपिंग के लिए माल जारी करना, परियोजना के लिए माल जारी करना, ठीक है। इस तरह के अच्छे मुद्दे और स्थानांतरण, स्थानों के बीच, भंडारण स्थानों के बीच और संयंत्रों के बीच स्थानांतरण। ठीक है, स्टॉक प्रकार के बीच जैसे गुणवत्ता से अशांति, अप्रतिबंधित से अवरुद्ध। ठीक है, इस तरह के स्थानांतरण। ठीक है, भौतिक इन्वेंट्री से संबंधित पोस्टेक। तो आपको उस तरह की उच्च स्तरीय प्रक्रियाओं को बताने की आवश्यकता है जिसका आपको उल्लेख करने की आवश्यकता है। ठीक है, अगर सवाल यह है कि किस प्रकार का मूवमेंट उपलब्ध है या फिर ट्रांसपोर्टिंग और सभी के बीच क्या अंतर है, तो आप संबंधित डेटा के बारे में स्पष्टीकरण के लिए जा सकते हैं। ठीक है, ठीक है सर, ठीक है, ठीक है
सर।
तो
ओ सर, वो यह एम इन्वेंट्री प्रबंधन के साथ पीओएसए पीएमएमपीओ से संबंधित नौकरी है। तो दोनों पहलुओं के साथ आप आगे बढ़ सकते हैं। यह एमएमपीओ और एमएम इन्वेंट्री प्रबंधन दोनों है। ठीक है, मेरे सामने जो भी जेडीआई था वह इन्वेंट्री प्रबंधन था। वैसे भी मैं कुछ और कवर करूंगा। ठीक है, अगर आप किसी भी दस्तावेज की तरह माल की रसीद या नोट प्रिंट करना चाहते हैं। ठीक है, और हाँ, आप उसे माल की रसीद में कैसे प्रिंट करते हैं?
प्रश्नवाचक चिन्ह हम टी कोड में प्रिंट कर रहे हैं, जैसे MB02। उसके बाद आउटपुट प्रिंट करने का एक विकल्प है, तो हम उसे प्रोसेस कर सकते हैं। हम उस चेकबॉक्स को चेक कर सकते हैं और अपने आवश्यक मटेरियल दस्तावेज के अनुसार
हम उनके क्लाइंट की आवश्यकता के अनुसार आउटपुट प्रिंट कर सकते हैं। हाँ, किसी भी जीआर नोट या ग नोट को प्रिंट करने के लिए एक अलग ट्रांजैक्शन कोड है। ट्रांजैक्शन क्या है?
प्रिंटिंग के लिए ट्रांजैक्शन कोड।
क्षमा करें सर, मुझे इसकी जानकारी नहीं है। ठीक है, MB90 नाम का एक ट्रांजैक्शन है। ठीक है, वह ट्रांजैक्शन कोड MB90
MB90 है।
हाँ, इसका उपयोग मटेरियल दस्तावेज को प्रिंट करने के लिए किया जाएगा। ठीक है सर, ठीक है। स्टोरेज लोकेशन और प्लांट के बीच माल ट्रांसफर जैसे ट्रांसफर पोस्टिंग में क्या अंतर है? स्टोरेज लोकेशन में हम मटेरियल को केवल एक प्लांट के भीतर ही ट्रांसफर पोस्टिंग कर सकते हैं, लेकिन जब हम ट्रांसफर चुनते हैं तो प्लांट से प्लांट में ट्रांसफर पोस्टिंग का पता लगाते हैं। एक प्लांट स्टोरेज लोकेशन से हम प्लांट से प्लांट बी तक दूसरे प्लांट स्टोरेज लोकेशन पर भेज सकते हैं। हम अपना मटेरियल भेज सकते हैं। यही प्रक्रिया है। दरअसल मैं ये पूछ रहा हूं कि जब आप एक ही प्लांट में स्टोरेज लोकेशन के बीच ट्रांसफर करते हैं या दो प्लांट के बीच ट्रांसफर करते हैं, तो क्या कोई महत्वपूर्ण अंतर होता है? ठीक है, एक ही प्लांट के अंदर कोई अकाउंटिंग एंट्री ट्रिगर नहीं होगी, लेकिन जब हम एक प्लांट से दूसरे प्लांट में ट्रांसफर करते हैं तो अकाउंटिंग एंट्री होगी। ठीक है, अकाउंटिंग एंट्री क्या है?
BSX प्लस BSX माइनस। BSX क्या है?
BSX स्टॉक अकाउंट इन्वेंट्री अकाउंट है। ठीक है, तो अकाउंट कैसे तय होगा? अकाउंट OMW के आधार पर तय होगा। मोमेंट टाइप ट्रांजैक्शन इवेंट की और अकाउंट मॉडिफायर के अनुसार OBYC सेटिंग्स में एग्जिट जेल अकाउंट ट्रिगर होगा। ठीक है, तो आपका क्या मतलब है कि आप एक प्लांट से दूसरे प्लांट में कुछ मटेरियल ट्रांसफर कर रहे हैं। ठीक है, तो फिर GL अकाउंट कैसे आएगा? BSX में अलग अलग GL अकाउंट होंगे, है ना? लेकिन सिस्टम कैसे पहचान सकता है कि केवल यही GL अकाउंट इस मूवमेंट का है? 301 मूवमेंट टाइप में हमारे कॉन्फ़िगरेशन के हिसाब से, जैसे BSX में कुछ सेटिंग्स हैं। हाँ, BSX मूवमेंट टाइप से आता है। मैं यही कह रहा हूं कि BSX में 6 GL अकाउंट हैं। सिस्टम कैसे जान सकता है कि यह GL अकाउंट इस ट्रांजैक्शन में आना चाहिए? ठीक है, मटेरियल वैल्यूएशन क्लास में उस वैल्यूएशन क्लास के हिसाब से जो भी GL अकाउंट OBYC में असाइन करता है, वह GL अकाउंट अकाउंटिंग एंट्री में दिखना चाहिए। ठीक है, आपको जवाब देना होगा कि BSX पहले से ही 301 असाइन है और उसे स्टॉक अकाउंट मिला है, लेकिन BSX में आपके पास अलग अलग वैल्यूएशन क्लास के आधार पर कई JL अकाउंट होंगे। ठीक है,
ठीक है,
तो आपको यह बताने की जरूरत है कि स्टॉक ट्रांसफर करने के लिए किस मटेरियल का इस्तेमाल किया गया है। ठीक है, उस मटेरियल के लिए कौन सा वैल्यूएशन क्लास असाइन किया गया है? उस वैल्यूएशन क्लास के लिए BSX में जो GL अकाउंट असाइन किया गया है वो GL अकाउंट ट्रिगर हो जाएगा। आपको यही बताना होगा। BSX पहले से ही सवाल है कि BSX से कौन सा GL अकाउंट आता है, तो मैंने पहले ही बता दिया। BSX आपको BBSX के रूट के बारे में बताने की जरूरत नहीं है। ठीक है, BSX का बेस पहले से ही है। यह एक स्टॉक अकाउंट है जिसे आप ट्रांसफर कर रहे हैं, तो 301 में वह स्टॉक अकाउंट BSX होगा। तो उसके आधार पर वो आपको समझ में आया? ठीक है, तो आपको वैल्यूएशन क्लास के आधार पर बताना होगा कि यह निर्धारित किया जाएगा।
जी हाँ।
ठीक है।
ठीक है, और जब आप किसी भी तरह के गुड्स मूवमेंट की ट्रांसफर पोस्टेज करते हैं, ठीक है, क्या स्टॉक का वैल्यू है या नहीं? ठीक है, तो अगर वैल्यू नहीं है तो आप क्या चेक करेंगे? अगर कोई अकाउंटिंग डॉक्यूमेंट नहीं है, हाँ, कोई अकाउंटिंग डॉक्यूमेंट जनरेट नहीं हुआ है, ठीक है, तो वो आप सबसे पहले क्या चेक करेंगे? क्यों कोई अकाउंटिंग डॉक्यूमेंट जनरेट क्यों नहीं हुआ?
हो सकता है कि मटेरियल मास्टर में कोई कीमत न दी गई हो, इसलिए इन्वेंट्री अकाउंट में कोई अकाउंटिंग एंट्री नहीं होती है। मटेरियल मास्टर कीमत, स्टैंडर्ड कीमत या मूविंग एवरेज कीमत कुछ भी नहीं।
नहीं, इसलिए अगर कोई कीमत नहीं है तो वह खरीद ऑर्डर से आएगी और जब आप माल प्राप्त करेंगे तो जो भी होगा। ठीक है, अच्छा है। हाँ, इसलिए अगर मटेरियल मास्टर में कीमत नहीं है तो वह पहली बार खरीद के समय खरीद ऑर्डर कीमत से ली जाएगी। ठीक है, तो ये जवाब नहीं है। जब कोई अकाउंटिंग डॉक्यूमेंट जनरेट नहीं होता है तो यह बिना किसी वैल्यूएशन के होता है। तो सबसे पहले आपको यह जांचना होगा कि वह मटेरियल टाइप का है या नहीं, उस मटेरियल टाइप में वैल्यू फ्लैग है या नहीं।
जी हाँ, वैल्यू अपडेशन।
हाँ, वैल्यू फ्लैग आपके वैल्यूएशन एरिया के लिए मटेरियल टाइप लेवल पर वैल्यू अपडेशन, यह पहली जांच है जो आपको करनी है।
ठीक है सर।
ठीक है, दूसरी जांच यह है कि अगर यह माल प्राप्त हुआ है तो आपको अपने पीओ पर जाना होगा कि क्या कोई नॉन वैलिडेटेड फ्लैग सक्रिय है।
ठीक है सर, खरीद ऑर्डर आइटम लेवल में। ठीक है।
ठीक है सर, तो आइटम लेवल पर खरीदारी का उल्लंघन नहीं हुआ है। तीसरी बात, अगर यह सामान्य सामान है तो कोई वैल्यू नहीं आई है, इसका मतलब है कि आपको मोमेंट टाइप भी चेक करना होगा। जैसे कि अगर आप मोमेंट टाइप देखते हैं जैसे 451, ठीक है, उस मोमेंट टाइप के लिए आपके पास कोई अकाउंटिंग भी उपलब्ध नहीं होगा। जी सर, उदाहरण के लिए YMJZ। 451 और 451, तो अगर आप यह मोमेंट टाइप देखते हैं, चाहे वह मूल्यांकन किया गया हो या मानक मूल्य वाला, चाहे वह कोई भी हो, अगर आप इस 451 का उपयोग करते हैं तो कोई भी अकाउंटिंग एंट्री नहीं होगी और मूविंग एवरेज प्राइस पर कोई प्रभाव नहीं पड़ेगा क्योंकि इस मूवमेंट टाइप में कोई अकाउंट ग्रुपिंग नहीं है। यह पूरी तरह से गैर मान्य माल की आवाजाही नहीं है।
ठीक है।
ठीक है सर।
यह वह है जिसे आपको जांचना होगा। जैसा कि मैंने आपके मटेरियल टाइप के लिए बताया था, आपको यह सुनिश्चित करना होगा कि मटेरियल टाइप में वैल्यू फ्लैग है या नहीं।
जी सर।
ठीक है, संबंधित मटेरियल टाइप में वैल्यूएशन फ्लैग है या नहीं। ठीक है, तो आपके वैल्यूएशन एरिया कॉम्बिनेशन के लिए आपको यह सुनिश्चित करना होगा कि वैल्यू फ्लैग हो। अगर वैल्यू फ्लैग नहीं है तो जब भी आप उस मटेरियल का इस्तेमाल करेंगे तो आपको गुड्स मूवमेंट्स के दौरान कोई अकाउंटिंग एंट्री नहीं मिलेगी।
जी सर। जी सर। ठीक है।
जी सर, तो यह वैल्यू फ्लैग है जिसे आपको देखना होगा। ठीक है, यह पहला चेक है और दूसरा चेक जिसका मैंने उल्लेख किया था वह खरीद ऑर्डर और नॉन वैल्यूएटेड में है। हाँ, यह आमतौर पर तब होता है जब यह माल प्राप्त होता है लेकिन आपके प्राप्त माल में किसी भी प्रकार के अकाउंटिंग दस्तावेज नहीं होते हैं, तो आपको यह सुनिश्चित करने की आवश्यकता होती है कि आपको पहले यह वैल्यू फ्लैग चेक करना होगा। वैल्यू फ्लैग भी है, फिर आपको यह चेक करना होगा कि क्या ये
फ्लैग है सर। एक और बात, अगर हम फ्री गुड्स पर क्लिक करते हैं, जैसे कि अगर हम पू में अपने इनवॉइस चेकबॉक्स को अनचेक करते हैं तो यह कोई भी अकाउंट डॉक्यूमेंट जनरेट करेगा। या उदाहरण के लिए देखें, अगर आपके पास यह फ्लैग है GR नॉन वैलिडेटेड,
तो किसी भी प्रकार का कोई मूल्य नहीं होगा।
ठीक है सर।
ठीक है, ये 3 चीजें आप इसे सत्यापित कर सकते हैं।
ठीक है सर।
ठीक है, और आप ये कैसे नियंत्रित कर सकते हैं कि किसी मूवमेंट टाइप के लिए कारण की आवश्यकता है या नहीं? आप मूवमेंट टाइप के लिए अनिवार्य कारण कोड को अनिवार्य बनाना चाहते हैं। ठीक है, आप सेटअप कहाँ करते हैं?
इन्वेंट्री में खरीदारी के लिए इमेज सेटिंग्स में मोमेंट टाइप का कारण। एक सेटिंग है जिसे मोमेंट के लिए क्षेत्र निर्दिष्ट करना कहा जाता है। हम प्रत्येक मोमेंट के लिए उसकी सेटिंग कर सकते हैं।
ठीक है, OMJ में भी यही है, मूवमेंट टाइप को परिभाषित करें। ठीक है, हमारे पास प्रति मोमेंट कारण होगा। ठीक है, यहाँ सबसे पहले आपको मूवमेंट के लिए कारण बनाना होगा। फिर जब आप फील्ड चयन पर जाएं तो आपको मूवमेंट फील्ड के लिए कारण रखना होगा। ठीक है, हो सकता है कि आप नहीं जानते हों।
हाँ, यह एक GRUND, यह एक इस फील्ड को एक आवश्यक प्रविष्टि के रूप में बनाना चाहिए। आवश्यक प्रविष्टि। ठीक है सर। ठीक है। ठीक है सर।
ठीक है, आप भौतिक इन्वेंट्री के बारे में क्या जानते हैं? क्या आप मुझे चरण दर चरण भौतिक इन्वेंट्री प्रक्रिया बता सकते हैं? भौतिक इन्वेंट्री में सबसे पहले हम भौतिक इन्वेंट्री प्रक्रिया बनाते हैं। सबसे पहले में हम वास्तव में भौतिक इन्वेंट्री अवधारणा में अपने सिस्टम मान को वास्तविक भौतिक मान के रूप में मिलाते हैं, चाहे वह मेल खा रहा हो या नहीं। तो सबसे पहले हम ये जांचते हैं कि कितना स्टॉक उपलब्ध है, फिर हम गिनती करते हैं, उसके बाद हम अंतर को दूर करते हैं। तो भौतिक इन्वेंट्री शुरू करने के लिए टी कोड है। उसके बाद हम बनाते रहते हैं, हम टी कोड MI04 में गिनती करेंगे। उसके बाद हम MI07 में अपनी गिनती साफ कर सकते हैं। तो भौतिक इन्वेंट्री में वास्तव में क्या प्रक्रिया होती है? भौतिक इन्वेंट्री की प्रक्रिया में हम अपने माल की जांच करते हैं कि क्या उसमें कुछ कमी है। मान लीजिए, उदाहरण के लिए, यदि सिस्टम में 100 स्टॉक हैं, लेकिन भौतिक रूप से 50 या 60 स्टॉक हैं, तो हम 100 स्टॉक जारी करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। उस समय हमारे स्टॉक का बेमेल होना या ऐसी किसी भी चीज से बचने के लिए हम भौतिक इन्वेंट्री कर रहे हैं। ठीक है, तो इसके क्या लाभ हैं? उदाहरण के लिए, अगर आपका व्यवसाय कहता है कि अगर आप हर महीने भौतिक इन्वेंट्री रखते हैं तो आपको क्या लाभ मिल सकता है? ठीक है, आप कैसे समझाएंगे कि आपको क्या लाभ होगा? जैसे कि मैंने कहा, स्टॉक में कोई बेमेल नहीं होता है। इसलिए माल जारी करते समय, मान लीजिए उत्पादन या बिक्री या कुछ और करना ताकि व्यवसाय सुचारू रूप से चल सके, क्योंकि हम नियमित अंतराल पर माल को ट्रैक कर रहे हैं, उस समय कुछ रकम कुछ लाख या कार मूल्य की हो सकती है। अगर वह चीजें बेमेल हैं या वह चीजें खो जाती हैं, तो हम ऑडिट भी कर सकते हैं कि वह क्यों खो गई। सामान में बेमेल क्यों है? उस भौतिक इन्वेंट्री से हमारा समय और मूल्य दोनों बच सकते हैं। ठीक है, हम समझा सकते हैं कि हर महीने भौतिक इन्वेंट्री रखने का क्या लाभ है। ठीक है, बुक इन्वेंट्री और भौतिक इन्वेंट्री की हम तुलना कर सकते हैं। ठीक है, उनमें अंतर है। हम उसे पोस्ट कर सकते हैं और उसका विश्लेषण कर सकते हैं। आपको व्यवसाय को बताना होगा कि आप विश्लेषण कर सकते हैं कि हर महीने अंतर क्यों हो रहा है। क्या यह मैनुअल काउंटिंग के कारण है या किसी तरह के मिशन इश्यू के कारण है, या हमें इस तरह के मैनुअल कैलकुलेशन से बचने के लिए किसी तरह के इमिशन की जरूरत है जो फिजिकल और सिस्टम के बीच स्टॉक इनकंसिस्टेंट के लिए जिम्मेदार है? तो इस तरह का एनालिसिस किया जा सकता है कि किस मटेरियल के स्टॉक में ज्यादा अंतर आ रहा है और उसके पीछे की असली वजह क्या है, और उसकी असली वजह का पता लगाया जा सकता है और मार्केट में चेक किया जा सकता है कि उसके इस्तेमाल के लिए किस तरह के नए इक्विपमेंट उपलब्ध हैं और उस स्टॉक लॉस को कम किया जा सकता है। ठीक है, इस तरह की चीजें की जा सकती हैं। तो आखिर में फिजिकल इन्वेंट्री हमें फिजिकल स्टॉक और सिस्टम स्टॉक को बराबर करने में मदद करेगी जब हम अंतर पोस्ट करते हैं, लेकिन हर महीने कितने प्रतिशत अंतर हो रहा है और कितनी तेजी से मूविंग मटेरियल हो रहा है और कितना नुकसान हो रहा है, और मैनेजमेंट, लॉजिस्टिक्स मैनेजमेंट को इस पर चर्चा करनी चाहिए और मुख्य वजह का पता लगाना चाहिए और स्टॉप लॉस को कम करने के लिए उन्हें क्या कदम उठाने चाहिए और असल में क्या हो रहा है। ठीक है, हमें ये समझाने की जरूरत है। ठीक है, ठीक है। तो उदाहरण के लिए, जब आप माल प्राप्त करना और चालान प्राप्त करना चाहते हैं, ठीक है, हमारे पास दो प्रक्रियाएं हैं, है ना? यदि आप माल प्राप्त करने से पहले चालान प्राप्त करना चाहते हैं, तो आपको खरीद आदेश में क्या करना होगा?
जीआर आधारित चालान सत्यापन, हमें उसे अनचेक करना होगा।
ठीक है, आप इसे डिफॉल्ट रूप से रखना चाहते हैं।
डिफॉल्ट रूप से आप जीआर आधारित चालान सत्यापन कैसे प्राप्त कर सकते हैं?
आप डिफॉल्ट रूप से यह फ्लैग नहीं चाहते हैं, आप चाहते हैं कि यह डिफॉल्ट रूप से रिक्त हो। ठीक है सर, तो जानकारी रिकॉर्ड में हम इसे बनाए नहीं रखेंगे, तो यह पी में नहीं आएगा। हाँ, आप जानकारी रिकॉर्ड में अपडेट कर सकते हैं। यदि आपके पास जानकारी रिकॉर्ड नहीं है, तो आप सीधे विक्रेता मास्टर से अपडेट कर सकते हैं। ठीक है, विक्रेता मास्टर से जानकारी रिकॉर्ड तक यह आएगा, और यदि आप उसे हटाते हैं तो सिस्टम जानकारी कार्ड को अधिक प्राथमिकता देगा, तो यहाँ प्लग अपने आप हट जाएगा। ठीक है, जी सर। इस निःशुल्क सूचक का क्या उपयोग है?
कभी कभी वह विक्रेता कुछ सामान मुफ्त में देना चाहता है जब हम सैकड़ों या हजारों की सामग्री खरीदते हैं, या इस तरह का सामग्री विक्रेता सामग्री को मुफ्त में देना चाहता है। यदि आप मुफ्त संकेतक को चेक करते हैं तो चालान प्रकार दब जाएगा और शुद्ध मूल्य ग्रे हो जाएगा। तो हम विक्रेता से कुछ मुफ्त सामान प्राप्त कर सकते हैं।
ठीक है, तो कोई चालान नहीं होगा।
नहीं, कोई चालान नहीं होगा।
हाँ, क्योंकि जब आप डेटा सक्रिय करते हैं तो चालान अपने आप हटा दिया जाएगा। ठीक है, वो आप केवल इन्वेंट्री के लिए ही नहीं बल्कि पूरे एमएम के साथ आगे बढ़ सकते हैं। मेरे एक दोस्त का इंटरव्यू है, इंटरव्यू में हर तरह के सवाल पूछे जा रहे हैं। वे इस तक सीमित नहीं है कि क्या आपने किसी तरह के वह खरीद आदेश रिपोर्ट, खरीद आदेश मानक या वृद्धि खरीद आदेश, किसी भी वह रिपोर्ट या किसी भी तरह के संवर्धन के लिए काम किया है। ठीक है, तो हमारी पिछली कंपनी में खरीद आदेश जैसे वे हेड या आइटम स्तर के डेटा के साथ संयोजन कर रहे हैं। मान लीजिए खरीद आदेश जारी किए गए हैं या नहीं और वहां क्या स्थिति प्रकार है। कभी कभी वे फेड मान जोड़ रहे हैं। उन सभी मानों को जोड़कर हमने एक एनहेंसमेंट फॉर्म बनाया है जो पीओ से डेटा ले रहा है और एक अनुकूलित उपयोगकर्ता आवश्यकता रिपोर्ट बना रहा है। उस आवश्यकता के लिए आप किस प्रकार की तालिकाओं का उपयोग करते हैं? उसके लिए अधिकांश फील्ड एको और ईकेपीओ से ले रहे थे, जैसे वह रिलीज रणनीति क्या है, क्या ये रिलीज रणनीति के अधीन है या नहीं, या पीओ में उपयोग किए जाने वाले क्रय संगठन, क्रय समूह और विक्रेता क्या है। कितने लाइन आइटम हैं? तो एक लाइन आइटम के लिए यदि ये 10 है तो रिपोर्ट में केवल यह लिखा होगा कि ये 10 है। 20 यदि इसे हटाने के लिए चिन्हित किया गया है तो यह दिखाएगा कि इसे हटाने के लिए चिन्हित किया गया है। इस तरह की चीजें। मान लीजिए कि पीओ होल्ड पर है, होल्ड के लिए एक फील्ड है, तो इस तरह का फिल्टर वहां है। ठीक है, क्या आप सैप परचेजिंग में किसी भी दो अलग अलग प्रकार की आइटम कैटेगरी बता सकते हैं और मुझे उन आइटम कैटेगरी का उपयोग बता सकते हैं? मैं हमारी सहमति और हमारे सबकॉन्ट्रैक्टर के साथ जाऊंगा। दो अलग अलग आइटम कैटेगरी हैं। आमतौर पर आइटम कैटेगरी खरीद प्रक्रिया में खरीद के प्रकार को परिभाषित करती है। तो मैं कंसाइनमेंट के साथ जाऊंगा। कंसाइनमेंट प्रक्रिया में विक्रेता अपना माल हमारे परिसर में ही रखेगा। कोई तत्काल भुगतान नहीं किया जाएगा, कोई तत्काल चालान नहीं किया जाएगा। हम कितनी मात्रा में माल का उपभोग करते हैं, क्षमा करें। ठीक है, आप मुझे केवल आइटम कैटेगरी का नाम और उसका प्रकार बता सकते हैं। ठीक है, आइटम ठीक है, आइटम कैटेगरी का होगी और सबकॉन्ट्रैक्टिव आइटम कैटेगरी ला होनी चाहिए। ठीक है, क्या आप सैप में एक नई आइटम कैटेगरी बना सकते हैं? नहीं, हम एसेट में कोई आइटम कैटेगरी नहीं बना सकते। ठीक है, यदि आप रिलीज स्ट्रेटजी को बनाए रखना चाहते हैं, यदि आप प्रोडक्शन सिस्टम में उपयोग किए जाने वाले ट्रांजैक्शन कोड को बदलना चाहते हैं, तो
रिलीज स्ट्रेटजी जिसे हम बदलना चाहते हैं, जैसे रिलीज स्ट्रेटजी वैल्यू, जैसे कि आप जिस कैरेक्टर को बदलना चाहते हैं या कुछ और। ठीक है, हम CL20N का उपयोग करेंगे।
हाँ, आप CL20 और CL24 का उपयोग कर सकते हैं।
हम दोनों CL और 20 और CL24 का उपयोग कर सकते हैं।
ठीक है। ठीक है।
क्या आपको टेबल के बारे में पता है? सही है।
जी सर।
ठीक है, वेंडर के पास विशेष स्टॉक प्राप्त करने के लिए कौन सी टेबल है? वेंडर के पास स्टॉक के बारे में कौन सी टेबल आपको जानकारी दे सकती है? वेंडर के पास स्टॉक। ठीक है, वेंडर सर के साथ विशेष बातचीत, मुझे उसके बारे में कोई जानकारी नहीं है। ठीक है, आप MSLB टेबल से प्राप्त कर सकते हैं जो आपको वेंडर के पास विशेष स्टॉक देगा। वेंडर के पास विशेष स्टॉक।
ठीक है सर, ठीक है, ठीक है।
थ्री वे मैच क्या है और टू वे मैच प्रोक्योरमेंट प्रक्रिया क्या है? थ्री वे मैच में हम PO, GR और इनवॉइस कर रहे हैं। दो तरफा मिलान में PO और इनवॉइस। ठीक है, दो तरफा मिलान के मामले में जब आप इनवॉइस करते हैं तो किस तरह की लेखा प्रविष्टियां आएंगी? दो तरफा मिलान लेखा प्रविष्टियां KBWRX। WRX क्यों? जब कोई GR नहीं है।
ठीक है सर, तो
ठीक है, और जब भी आप जवाब दें तो उन सब शर्तों से बचने की कोशिश करें जिन्हें आप जी क्लियरिंग अकाउंट के रूप में बताते हैं। जैसे आप ठीक कहते हैं, अगर वे चाबी मांगते हैं तो आप ठीक कहते हैं। उदाहरण के लिए, ठीक है पी जब कोई GR नहीं है और सीधे PO है और उसके बाद आप चालान रसीद कर रहे हैं तो यह उपभोग खाता डेबिट होगा और वो विक्रेता खाते को क्रेडिट मिलेगा। ठीक है, उपभोग खाता डेबिट होगा और वह KBS होगा और वो विक्रेता खाते को क्रेडिट मिलेगा। ठीक है, क्योंकि कोई जी नहीं होगा क्योंकि कोई माल प्राप्त नहीं हुआ है, तो उपभोग खाता डेबिट और वो विक्रेता खाते को भुगतान के दौरान क्रेडिट, विक्रेता खाते को डेबिट मिलेगा और बैंक खाते को क्रेडिट मिलेगा, तो वह ब्याज होगा। ओह जे का कोई मतलब नहीं।
ठीक है सर।
आपको बस यह समझना चाहिए कि जब जे आएगा तो माल प्राप्त होगा, तो यह आ से पहले हो सकता है या आ के बाद, इसका कोई मतलब नहीं है, लेकिन जी क्लियरिंग अकाउंट प्रक्रिया के दौरान प्रभावित होगा। ठीक है, GR या आ, लेकिन जब कोई GR नहीं है तो आपको ऐसा करने की जरूरत नहीं है। बस अगर आप उस तर्क को समझते हैं तो आप भ्रमित नहीं होंगे। ठीक है सर। ठीक है, ठीक है, अगर आप मैन्युअल रूप से प्रिंट करना चाहते हैं, उदाहरण के लिए पी के निर्माण के बाद अनुमोदन के बाद, ठीक है, व्यवसाय कहता है कि हम सीधे प्रिंट नहीं करना चाहते हैं, हम जब चाहे प्रिंट करना चाहते हैं, ठीक है। तो आप पीओ संदेशों में कौन सा विकल्प चुनेंगे? जैसे कि वे तुरंत उस प्रिंट आउट आउटपुट को ट्रिगर नहीं करना चाहते हैं, वे तुरंत ट्रिगर नहीं करना चाहते हैं, वे अपने लेन देन के साथ करना चाहते हैं। तो
आप उस पीडीएफ विस्मय बोधक एक कोड को कैसे सेट करते हैं?
नहीं 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 नहीं, ठीक है, मैं इसका उत्तर दे सकता हूं। तो मैं जो कह रहा था वह तुरंत वो आउटपुट नहीं बनना चाहिए, ठीक है। वे मैन्युअली प्रिंट करना चाहते हैं, ठीक है।
ठीक है,
ठीक है। सभी स्टैंडर्ड चीजों को भी डिलीट कर रहे हैं, ठीक है। कंडीशन रिकॉर्ड से ही आप ऑप्शन 3 रख सकते हैं, एक ट्रांजैक्शन के साथ एप्लीकेशन भेजें।
ठीक है,
जी सर। ठीक है सर,
ताकि यह M9F से किया जाए, न कि केवल M प्रिंट करें।
हाँ हाँ जी
सर।
यह M9F के लिए किया जाना चाहिए। और इस सिस्टम में किसी ने नॉय को हटा दिया है, सभी स्टैंडर्ड भी हटा दिए हैं। जी सर। M9F के बारे में मुझे पता था लेकिन मैं बस भूल गया था। ठीक है, आप कैसे कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं? आप कंडीशन रिकॉर्ड बनाते समय ही इसे मेंटेन कर सकते हैं। ठीक है, ठीक है। जो भी उपलब्ध है, उदाहरण के लिए अगर मैं बस जब आप यहां मेंटेन करते हैं तो आप डिफॉल्ट रूप से 3 दे सकते हैं ताकि यह डिफॉल्ट रूप से केवल 3 के रूप में आए और बाद में आप मैन्युअल रूप से M9F कर सकते हैं। हमें उस आउटपुट को ट्रिगर करने की आवश्यकता है। ठीक है,
ठीक है, ठीक है सर, समझ गया। और क्या?
4 का मतलब है प्रिंटिंग।
4 का मतलब है तुरंत प्रिंटिंग। जी सर।
हाँ, कोई भी आउटपुट प्रिंट ही नहीं करता, चाहे ईमेल भेजना हो या किसी भी तरह की चीज, आउटपुट तुरंत ग्रीन हो जाता है। ठीक है, अगर ये 3 है तो आपको ट्रांसपेरेंट ट्रांजैक्शन पूरा करने के लिए M9F के साथ चलना होगा।
ठीक है सर।
ठीक है,
अच्छा सवाल सर।
ठीक है, अंत में आप फिजिकल इन्वेंट्री प्रोसेस के बारे में जानते हैं। ठीक है, और आमतौर पर MA07 को कौन पोस्ट करेगा? MA07 का मतलब है क्लाइंट में प्लांट हेड होगा, मुझे लगता है। ठीक है, ज्यादातर प्रोजेक्ट्स में MA07 एक्सेस फाइनेंस को दिया जाएगा। ठीक है, और लॉजिस्टिक्स टीम वे ही काउंट दर्ज करते हैं, जैसे वे फिजिकल डॉक्यूमेंट बनाते हैं, वे कैलकुलेट करते हैं, डॉक्यूमेंट प्रिंट करते हैं, फिर वे अकाउंट चेक करते हैं, फिर वे काउंट दर्ज करते हैं। लेकिन आखिरी अंतर यह है कि चेकिंग और पोस्टिंग ज्यादातर फाइनेंस या किसी हेड को दी जाएगी, ज्यादातर फाइनेंस हेड को, सिर्फ वही लोग। और कुछ प्रोजेक्ट्स में क्या होता है, लॉजिस्टिक्स हेड के पास इसे चेक करने का एक्सेस होगा, क्योंकि पोस्टिंग, एक बार जब आप डॉक्यूमेंट पोस्ट कर देते हैं तो सिस्टम लॉस या गेन जनरेट करेगा, है ना? ठीक है, तो वह एक्सेस हेड को दिया जाएगा, यह पक्का है। लेकिन कुछ प्रोजेक्ट, ज्यादातर प्रोजेक्ट फाइनेंस का इस्तेमाल करेंगे और कुछ प्रोजेक्ट लॉजिस्टिक्स हेड का इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं, ठीक है, जो वेरीफाई करने के लिए अधिकृत है और अंतर पोस्ट किए जा सकते हैं। क्योंकि M20 में जब आप अंतर देखते हैं तो आप अमाउंट देख सकते हैं, सब कुछ देखा जाएगा, ठीक है, तो वह पोस्ट किया जाएगा। ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि आप जवाब न दें, कोई क्लर्क या कोई और, कोई नहीं करेगा। ज्यादातर मामलों में 100% विज्ञापन होंगे, ज्यादातर मामलों में। लेकिन आप, यहां तक कि लॉजिस्टिक्स के पास भी वह एक्सेस नहीं होगा, लॉजिस्टिक्स केवल प्लानिंग अकाउंट में ही एंटर करता है, लेकिन पोस्टिंग के अंतर को ज्यादातर फाइनेंस हेड ही देखेगा, ठीक है, वह इस बारे में ध्यान रखेगा, शायद थोड़ा बदलाव होगा, लेकिन हेड ज्यादातर, यह वही रहेगा, ठीक है। लेकिन पोस्टेड, फाइनल पोस्टेड को फाइनेंस देखेगा। हाँ सर, ठीक है। ठीक है, ठीक है। तो क्या आपने किसी तरह की रिलीज प्रक्रिया पर काम किया है, लेकिन क्या आप ईमेल भेज रहे हैं या कोई वर्कफ्लो से जुड़ी चीजें कस्टमाइज्ड? वर्कफ्लो? नहीं, मैंने वर्कफ्लो में काम नहीं किया है, लेकिन मैंने हमारी पिछली कंपनी में रिलीज स्ट्रेटजी में बदलाव पर काम किया था। ठीक है, कुछ सामान्य स्ट्रेटजी में बदलाव और आपने काम किया।
जी सर।
ठीक है। SAPMM प्रोजेक्ट में आमतौर पर कौन से कटओवर डेटा आते हैं?
कटओवर डेटा ओपन स्टॉक, ओपन पीओएस और ओपन ऑर्डर। वर्क ऑर्डर।
वर्क ऑर्डर का मतलब है?
वर्क ऑर्डर का मतलब है सर्विस पीओएस।
ठीक है।
आप किसी पीओ को ओपन कैसे मानते हैं? अगर पीओ की डिलीवरी हो गई है तो 3 तरह के ओपन पे होते हैं। क्या वो पूरे 2 तरह के होते हैं, पूरी तरह से ओपन या आंशिक रूप से ओपन? अगर पूरी तरह से ओपन है तो 100 आइटम का ऑर्डर, कोई आइटम डिलीवर नहीं हुआ। आंशिक रूप से ओपन का मतलब है 100 आइटम का ऑर्डर, 50 आइटम डिलीवर हुए, 60 आइटम ओपन है, कंप्लीशन क्लास में डिलीवरी नहीं होनी चाहिए। ठीक है, 50 ओपन है। लेकिन अगर बिजनेस कहता है कि हमें अब इन मटेरियल की जरूरत नहीं है, तो क्या आप उस पीओ को कट ओवर मानेंगे या नहीं? उस समय हमें ये कहना होगा कि हमें डेटा माइग्रेशन के समय एक नया पीओ बनाना होगा। हम एक नया बनाएंगे, मुझे पता है। तो खरीदार को 200 पीओएस मिले हैं। ये खरीद ऑर्डर हैं जिन्हें हमने वेंडर को ऑर्डर किया था, लेकिन हम मटेरियल का इंतजार कर रहे हैं। ठीक है, लेकिन बिजनेस का कहना है कि हमें इन मटेरियल की अब जरूरत नहीं है। ठीक है, तो क्या आप उन पीओएस को कटओवर के लिए मानेंगे या नहीं?
नहीं, बिजनेस के हिसाब से उन्हें इसकी जरूरत नहीं है। तो क्या सिर्फ डिमांड है? हम आगे बढ़ सकते हैं।
हाँ, और नए खरीद ऑर्डर आंशिक मात्रा या पूरी मात्रा के साथ बनाने का उद्देश्य क्या है? बिजनेस का उद्देश्य क्या है? जब भी हम आंशिक मात्रा या पूरी मात्रा के साथ खरीद ऑर्डर बनाते हैं, ठीक है, और बिजनेस का उद्देश्य क्या है? क्या उद्देश्य? मान लीजिए कि उनके पास 50 मात्रा है जिसका उन्होंने ऑर्डर दिया है और 25 उन्हें प्राप्त हुए हैं। अगर आप पहले 25 पीओएस बना रहे हैं तो इसका मतलब है कि अगर आप नए खरीद ऑर्डर बनाते हैं तो हमारे लिए SAP में डेटा माइग्रेट करना आसान होगा। ठीक है, आप सीधे जवाब दे सकते हैं कि भविष्य में वेंडर द्वारा मटेरियल भेजा जाएगा, ताकि भविष्य में जब वेंडर मटेरियल को वेयरहाउस में भेजेगा तो उस समय SAP उनके ERP सिस्टम में होगा ताकि वह मटेरियल SAP को प्राप्त हो सके। इसलिए जब वे मटेरियल प्राप्त करना चाहते हैं तो हमारे पास एक पीओ होना चाहिए। ठीक है, इसलिए सभी पीओएस बनाए जाने चाहिए और SAP सिस्टम में उपलब्ध कराए जाने चाहिए ताकि जब मटेरियल आए तो वे कोर्स का रिजल्ट कर सकें। ठीक है, तो कुल मिलाकर सवाल और समझाने का तरीका भी अच्छा है। ठीक है, तो आप अपने स्किल सेट और आप जिस पर काम कर रहे हैं और जिस पर आप तैयारी कर रहे हैं उसके आधार पर रिवीजन करें। तो बस रिवीजन करें और आत्मविश्वास से बात करें। मुझे लगता है कि कमोबेश सवालों के जवाब ठीक हैं।
Okay.
Okay.
Tell me.
So the first question, if they ask me what kind of difficulty or gap you find at the time of PPP design, so what should I reply?
See, mainly the gap analysis. I think you have seen the gap analysis template, right? Which I have shared to you. Have you seen the template?
Yeah.
Yeah. So mainly the gap analysis we use it to track according to the module. For example, for your module, what is the business process you are discussing, and in that business process, what exactly the gap identified by you. Okay. How a gap will be defined? The gap is between the business requirement and SAP solution, the SAP standard solution. For example, the business is asking for a process which is having 10 steps. Okay. SAP standard solution is providing all around 8 steps, but the 5th step and 7th step is not able to provide as per the standard SAP solution. At that point of time, we used to fill that gap with any customized solution by the reference of SAP, any BAPI, BADI, there are function module, there are many standards SAP has provided. We will use any of those functionalities as reference, and we will make a customized solution to fulfill the gap of entire process cycle. That's what the gap will be how we identify gap, and how do you fill the gap. For example, business, I have given some examples to you, like I'm telling my experiences, how we are sharing. Like we got a requirement, the business wants to capture the details of some long text, and they want to capture some additional details which are given by the vendor along with the goods. When he is giving the goods to the stores, he is providing certain details they want to capture in Migo screen. Okay, let me open that screen. Let me, for example, if you open any Migo screen, do you have idea about the Migo screen, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, these things are not. Okay. In that Migo screen, the business has asked it to capture certain more details which are not available in SAP. For example, we have a header text, right? That header text contains less number of fields only. The business was asking for a bit more details. See, I will show you any document. The display document will be better for you to understand. See, here, if you see that we have what kind of details we have, document header text. Okay, but the document header text is having a less length. They asked for a bit more. You know, right, how to see these details and all. If you click F1, or you go to technical details, here the field name will be there. Here, if you just double click it, then you can see the details of length. See, the length is 25. Okay, but the business was asking for around some 60 characters, I think. At that time, that is the one thing. And here in header, we can material slip, header text, GRI slip, and also we have bill of lading if it is 101 document. Okay, this is 561. These details, they want to capture some additional 4-5 fields. Okay, then as per standard SAP, we cannot do that activity. Then we have developed a new tab at header level. That tab contains the details which are requested by the business. See, this is the 101 document. Okay, here delivery note, bill of lading, and GR, any slip number, and the header text, which is having just 25 characters. But the business is asking for a text which contains at around the 60 or 80 characters they have requested. And also they requested the vehicle number, and also they want to have some, for every GR, they want to have one number which they use to capture in the goods receipt document. But these details are SAP standard has not provided. That's why we have enhanced one more new tab as additional data. In that, the respective fields, everything we have incorporated. Okay, the ABAPer will do. For example, this header is contains the MKPF, right? The table MKPF contains this header details. What we have done, the list of fields we have taken from the business. In the function specification, we have seen, I think, let me, This is the function specification. Here we have given like the vehicle number. The vehicle number in which the material is shipped by the vendor, and we have given whether it is alphanumeric or numeric, and also what is the length of that field, the DMR number, some declaration form. They have certain kind of details they want to capture in the bigger screen. This we have developed, and we have enhanced a new tab. Under that new tab, we have added these fields. The gap was fulfilled with this enhancement. It's called the tab enhancement. They will add this all the fields in the MKPF table also. See, for example, if you see MKPF, MKPF is the document header. For example, if you want to see the document date, posting date of any goods movement document, okay, you have to get from the MKPF table. Once we add this all customized fields we have added, right? This DMR number, gate entry date, invoice or bill number, remarks. This is the remarks field. Okay, these are all details they will add at the end. See, this is the standard ID system. After that, they will add this G fields. What are the custom fields you have created, right? That fields they will add in the at the bottom of the MKPF table. Means if you save any document, if you post any document, those details you can see in the MKPF table also. Because this custom fields also they have added here. That is one gap. And also similar kind of thing we got for PO also. They want to have one additional tab where they want to see the last PO number and last PO price and how much quantity. This kind of, for every time whenever they create a PO for that combination of vendor, material, purchasing organization, that details of old PO detail they want to see in an additional tab. In same PO screen they want to see, to compare. Okay. That they can see that, for example, if you go to ME2N and see the last PO, that also we can do the manually, but they want to see in the PO screen itself. When they create the PO at the end, before saving the PO, they want to see the details. That is one gap we have fulfilled. And also the gaps, like for example, it's one kind of critical report we have done. For example, we have a quotation comparison, right? The quotation comparison in SAP we do maximum as per the price. Price is the base to do the quotation comparison in SAP. Okay. Like we have in Ariba and SRM we have that process, right? Like bidding, auction. There is a kind of bidding process is available. That was process is not available in SAP standard for MM. That's why they have requirement, like they want to have a certain kind of details for each vendor. Okay, it's kind of Excel sheet only. We have developed one more report. Like for example, when they go for a vendor, okay, once the vendor is finalized, they want to maintain all the details of that vendor, how they maintain an Excel sheet. Okay, then they want to see the report at test time. It is not something we have done from capturing the data from different areas and all. Mainly we have developed a report where if they give an input of vendor and region and all, system will give you the output of the vendor and what is the ranking. The ranking was given according to the vendor evaluation process. Okay, how much rating is available and all. And also the vendor, as of now, how much money we have paid to the vendor. We will get from the payment tables, right? That kind of report we have developed. That is one report. And also we have one more kind of report we have done in our current project. Currently we are using the inventory movement reports. The inventory movement reports, like we have reports, for example, you know, right, MB51. Do you have idea about MB51?
Yeah, material document.
Yeah, here we can see the movements. For example, movements we have. There we can check like what kind of things we have done. See, for example, for your plant, okay, on from June 6th or something like any date. I think recently it was not done anything. Okay, in this meantime, for your plant, how many 101 means how many goods received was done. Okay. See, for 101 in this period of time, how many material documents are created. The same kind of MB51 is the heart for that report. Okay, they have asked for a movement report, how many transactions were done, and all those details. One kind of report we have done, but the basis is around 90%. We have taken the program of MB51. Okay, and business is asking for certain additional details of some 7-8 fields. That fields we have incorporated in the new report. Do you know how to see a program of a report? Program of a transaction code?
No, maybe it's easy now.
Okay. Yes, yeah. Go to SC93 and if we give our transaction code MB51, here we will get the program. Okay. Yeah. What we have done, we have taken this heart of this program and complete things we have kept like that, and whatever the modifications, whatever new other requirements which were requested by the business, we have fulfilled by making some changes. Now only I have told some 3-4 reports. For you can tell any 1 or 2 reports confidently what you have done, what you know and all. Okay. And you told like if I tell tax, they may ask you whatever the tax report I have given to you, that is not the what you call tax code related tax. Actually, it is kind of a duty which will be paid to the state government when we are moving from one place to another place. In that condition,
Okay.
you can tell like the entry tax I have just used. You can tell like one kind of octroi charges, or if you know anything in your company where you have worked. For example, whatever the report I have given, that is the Punjab, Haryana, some state related tax on food products. Okay, like that you can select any kind of duty. We have given that duty as a condition in PO. We have not created a tax code for that. We have created a condition, and we have created the condition record, because for which materials and for which plant, how much percentage they have to pay. According to that combination, that condition has come automatically to the PO. Just the report was developed. They want to know how much entry tax I have paid and certain period of time, and to which vendor I have paid, and from which plant to which plant it was transferring the material. Okay, these kind of details they need. That's why the report was developed. Okay, we have just, it's a condition type. For example, simple, you can tell one more. Few things we can do on our own. For example, we have a freight charges. Okay, but as per the business requirement, you have created a new freight, that is some kind of delivery charges. You have kept in your pricing procedure and you are running your business. But the business, one day they have asked you a report. I want to know the report, in customized report. Whenever I give my plant or a certain date or things, I want to know how much delivery charges as of now I have paid for this month. Okay, to which vendor I have paid, and also how much amount I have paid. These all details if they need. That is one report. as a consultant, if your business is asking, can you provide me the report, how much delivery charges, the respect to separate delivery charges, any delivery charges. You have a condition type, right? Maybe FRA1 or FRA2, whatever kind of thing. If it is a customized, you would have created a separate condition type. They asked you that the separate delivery charges, I want to know from last 6 months, how much delivery charges we have paid to which vendor and all. If it is a one-time activity, as a consultant, you only can track that complete details and you can prepare a report and give it to them. But if the business is asking, whenever I need, I want to run the report and I want to see the report, then obviously we have to go for customized report. Okay, that's also you can tell. You forget about entry tax. You just fix for this delivery charges. You tell like they created. We have, as per the business requirement, we have created one. Can you open any PO? We have created one specific delivery charges. For that delivery charges, business was asking the report, how much they have maintained, every month how much they have paid, these things they were asking. Then we can tell that is also report. So you can say like, we have created a ZFD1, something forward delivery charges. Forwarding delivery charges. They pay the forwarding delivery charges for specific materials, for specific vendors according to the business requirement. Okay. They want to see the report whenever they want to run. If they give the plant or some input, they want to get the list of delivery charges. What is the PO number? What is the delivery, the charges we have paid for that PO? Who is the vendor? Okay. And obviously, you have to prepare a customized report. Mainly, you have to go with the KONV and EKPO, maybe MSEG. These are 4 or 5 tables which will play the role. I have shared you that list of important tables. If not, I will share again. That reports, you have to just see that one. And also, I have shared that video, how to fetch the data from a table, how to know what are the fields available in the table. Those details I have explained in that.
Okay.
You forget about the entry tax, you just replace that entry tax with this forwarding delivery charges.
Okay.
And smart forms you can tell, and these tab enhancements you can tell. You may not go with that what exactly the function module he has used, otherwise what exactly the BAP he has used. Okay, you might not be what you call go with that much technical thing, because as you are a function consultant, your work will be the mainly how you have what you call communicated about the business requirement to the technical consultant, and how he has developed and how much testing you have done, because that is finally that is important, right? As a function consultant, we should have during any development requirement, the main roles will be understanding the business requirement. Okay. First, you have to understand what exactly the business is expecting from you for that process, for that development. And perfect function specification preparation. And convey the requirement to a web consultant. This is one of the important. Okay. You have to prepare a perfect function specification where you are writing the requirement of the development and what is the table and field logic and all. You have to give that details. And also you have to explain the web consultant, this is the business requirement, these are the critical areas which are important in this development, all those things you have to convey. Then proper testing. Once it was developed, you have to do the very proper testing. For example, each field, the validation you need to check. You have to do the negative testing also. Do you know what is negative testing? No. See, for example, just now we have discussed about this customized report, right? You have given like vehicle number. This field you have enhanced, ABAPer has enhanced view. How do you, the positive testing means you will give the alpha vehicle number, maybe something like AP30 2507686 something, you will give the number. That is a positive testing, because you have given the requirement as alphanumeric with 15 characters, maximum 15 characters you have given, it's fine. Okay. What is the negative? You have to give all numbers, or you have to write, for example, if you take any date field, see here you have given as a gate entry date. Okay, the date should be in the date format. If you give Ganesh or Suresh some name, system should not take. System should allow like should throw a message like please enter the proper delivery format, proper date format. Have you got my point?
Yeah.
That is the kind of a validation. That's a negative testing. For example, a get into date means it should be in a date format. You should not allow name, complete number, anything. It should throw an error. The standard fields will throw, right? Please enter the date in the format. This format only. The month. Some countries first month, date and year. In our India, like date, month, year. That is called negative testing. And also, if you prepare a smart form, for example, the vehicle number is maximum 15 characters. Up to 15, it should be in the smart form. For example, for GR also, you have prepared a smart form. During that, you have to do the thorough testing. For example, until 15 characters. Maybe the vehicle number might be having 8 characters or 9 characters, but you should not leave like that. You have to give the 15 characters vehicle number, and you have to check whether the 15 characters number is coming in the smart form or not. Today maybe 10 number, but maybe some other different vehicle which is having 15 digit. After 5 months or 6 months, that vehicle has come. That storekeeper has given that vehicle number during MIGO. But when he is seeing that GR print, only 9 or 10 characters are coming. Remaining 6 are not coming. That is called thorough testing, how we have to perform. For example, the PO value, the maybe 11 digits or 12 digits are allowed. But we have to check whether all digits are allowed or not. You may not think like, when do we create 100 crores PO? We will test with 500, 700, 800 only. But you have to test for that 100 crores also, whether it is coming or not. Maybe today may not be required, but after sometimes it may require, right? That is the very important activity during any developments, maybe report or maybe smart form. The proper testing of the development, we have to do the negative testing also. Negative testing also should be performed. Now you hope you understand what is the negative testing, right? Which is not happening. You know it won't happen, but you have to test whether system is saying that it won't happen or not. Mainly the validations will play the role in the negative testing. Okay. These are the 3 major roles in any functional specification and any developments ABAP related. Our main role should be, we have to understand if you understand very well from the business, then only you can convey the message to ABAP perfectly. Okay. The business has given 90 to you. You understood 70, you give 50 to ABAP, you will do 40. Finally, the output will be, requirement is 100, but result is 40. Okay, that's why everybody should be on the same page. The business who is giving that 100, at least he should try to provide the 100 requirement to business. He should at least he has to understand 90 to 95. 100 to 100 is impossible. because we are all human, and also the knowledge levels, the understanding levels, everything will be different from the person to person. That's why I'm using that he has to convey at least 95, we have to understand that 90, and finally we have to give at least 80, 85. The 10-15% of the gap can be fulfilled during support project, or maybe the very few 1 or 2 points might be observed later, but it should not be like 100 is the requirement and we have given 40. Then always we get the repeatability issues on the customized report, because currently I'm working on a support project. We used to get a lot of issues from the existing reports. For example, during the logic, he has not thought in a broad way. He has not given that input sets method properly. Then it has given some dump errors. Then we have fixed that kind of issues. And also during he was given that date and all, he has given some 8 digits of number of POs and all. But 2001 or 3 it was implemented. At that time the PO quantity might be 1 or, it was initial, right? It was implementation. But when it comes to this after 16 years and all, the number of count might be increased and we are getting some new kind of errors. You would not be thought in that way, 8 digits is too high. At that point of time only we can keep bit more. Okay. Even the release codes, when you do the configuration, you might be thinking like currently there are 10 release codes are available. You just created some 10 more. Maybe that might be utilized in the future if they need new release codes. At that point of time, you are thinking like the requirement is 10. I have given 10 more. 10 is very high. But by the time the release codes requirement might be gone to 20 plus. Then again we have to give, right? This kind of changes we used to get. But that is a configuration we can directly do. But when it comes to a customized report, we need to do the change management by sitting with a ABAPer, and also when you increase the details and all, either any impact, we have to do the impact analysis. Impact analysis is very important when you work on existing reports or when you want to implement any new functionality. What kind of impact is happening? For example, if you see the smart form, okay, the left hand during smart form creation, they will have some kind of boxes. For the smart form, they prepare a different kind of boxes only. For example, if you see the PO print, is it the PO print? See, this is the PO smart form, right? When you are preparing, you would be thinking like there is some changes you want to have in this description. Okay, you ask them to increase this length to some 2 centimeters. Okay, for you the requirement is just increasing of this 2 centimeters. Otherwise, this telephone number, the field you have to increase to some more line. That is your requirement. But as an ABAPer, you have to do the impact analysis. If I increase this length, is there any impact will happen to this contact person? Okay, that is the important thing. After you have increased this one, when she is seeing like this contact person details are not coming, then again you have to go and you have to make changes. That's it. During testing, we should be very thorough. After I implemented these new changes, either any impact on other areas. Okay, these kind of small things, but it will affect a lot. We have to do those kind of things also during any customized reports and all. Okay. Go into deep MRP, that where we have this PD MRP type and the MD61 automatic creation of purchase requisitions and forecast based planning. That is a very depth of PP. Okay. For our you should tell in a simple way like generally it will happen like when they run their planned orders or when they run their MRP run and all, automatically purchase requisition will be generated. That is the main what you call integration between and PP. The settings, everything will be done by PP. But if you go into the DP, he will ask you like how do the forecasting details will happen and how that MRP parameters and which will affect in the process order. And also when you create a process order, it will check for the requirements whether the raw materials contain the raw materials are available in stock or not. Otherwise, if the stock is not available, system will automatically generate a purchase requisition. But you just tell in the business language. I don't suggest you to go because it contains a lot of PP knowledge in that. You keep that is a very small area where we have an integration, and for that integration, if you keep more time and all, we have a lot of other areas also. But the business functionality wise, you can tell like when you create a process order, that automatically the requirement generation, when you do that, automatically PR will be generated according to the MRP type. And also we have a reorder point based planning. When you run MRP, the purchase requisitions will be getting generated. This is the MMPP integration. The functionalities wise I have seen like during process order creation, according to the raw material requirement, the purchase request will be generated according to the MRP type, okay, the lot size and all. But I don't have much deep in that PP knowledge, but I know the functionality. How does it happen when you run the MRP run in MDG road to these things? Then purchase requisition will be generated. I think these 2-3 points you can tell in the business language. Why I'm suggesting you to go because the PP we have very small integration. When integration point of time, when an interviewer is stressing you, they will stress on MMFI first and MMSD second. The PP is very less they will expect, but you tell like that. Other than PR creation, we don't have much integration, but you tell confidently how things will happen, and the requirements are required when you create a process order. As per the planning we maintain in that MRP area and MRP type and all, the PR will be generated. That's enough for your position and all those things. I can suggest you that is enough. But concentrate more on MMFI integration and second place MMSD integration.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. And when we have any testing or when we do some kind of configuration in development server, so we have the transfer request for that, right? So once we have the unit testing, so that transfer request we have to transfer to the production server.
Let me tell you that. See, whenever you make any configuration changes in the system will ask you for a transport request, right? Today I will show you that at least I can show you the creation of transport request and also release I can show you. The process will be we have a development, quality and production. Okay. So unit testing we do in the development system, and system integration testing we'll do in the quality system. Okay. When you do the development, we do that if you all the configurations, everything we do. If we have two clients under the same development, for example, at that time we move from one development client to another client under the same development landscape with SCC1 transaction code. I hope you have seen that document. We have here, I think. See, the transport request, this is the movement from one client to another client under the same development system. You have to open in the receiving system. For example, the receiving client, you have to open the SCC1 transaction code, and you have to give the source client, means which is the golden client, where we do only configuration, but testing everything we do in the another client, maybe 110 or 120. You have to give that, and then you have to click on this including request subtask, and then click on start immediately. Then the render configuration will be moved to the testing system. Okay. Now I will show anyway I have system. See, for example, I want to make some changes to this 103. 103 I want to delete it. I have deleted. I am just saving. system will ask me a transport request. Here only I can create it. Just click on create and add deletion of storage location. Okay, any kind of changes, you have to give the description, then save. Okay, now it is saved in this transport request. For development, one client, another client, you have to do with SCC1, just now what I have shown you. But development to quality and quality to production, that cycle is there, right? For that cycle, first we have to see. If you want to move a transfer from development to quality, TR should be released first. First you have to release the TR, and then we share the list of transport requests to basis. Share the list of TRs to basis as per this sequence. Why I am mentioning sequence? Generally, as per the configuration only the sequence will come. But sometimes what will happen, first you have to create the plant, then only you can assign the plant to company code, right? If you move a transport request of plant to company code, there is no plant. For example, the plant creation you have done in TR1 and TR2 you have done the plant to company code assignment. Just I'm giving example. Generally we do all those things in a one TR. You have given basis to move this TR2 to quality. Then what will happen? There is no plant. How can it be assigned? That's why the sequence, just I'm giving an example. We have to maintain the sequence and we have to share. The transaction is STMS. STMS we don't use. I know how to use STMS, but STMS will be handled by basis team, who will move the transport request from development to quality and then development to production. Whatever the TR is there, right? The TR will be moved through STMS. Okay. Now I will show you the TR where the transaction where we see our list of transport request is SC09. In my video, I have explained what is customized request and what is workbench request, everything. You just give your user ID and go there. You will see this is the customizing request. All configurations matching, it will be coming under the customizing. See, deletion of storage location. This is the transport request just now we have created. Each transport request will contain a task, customized task. Under that, we will see what changes we have done. Okay. See, we have done this. Under that, this is the storage location table. Under that table, we have deleted one storage location. This is the transport request. Each transport request will have a task. Under that task, we will see the changes, what kind of changes we have done. Okay. See, this is the task. Under the task, we will see whether you have removed the storage location or you have changed any data. Everything will be available under the task. What is our activity? If you want to, you have done the development, you have done the unit testing, everything is completed. Now you are decided to move the transport request to quality system. The first activity, we should release the transport request. I told you, right? Before releasing, first you have to release the task. You have to select the task and click on this vehicle symbol. Okay. First you have to release the task. Once you release, you will get one right mark. After releasing the task, see, right mark. Are you able to see that? After releasing the task, then you have to release the TR. Once you release the TR, that is eligible to move to quality system. And also one more point you have to remember, the released TR cannot be used for your configuration changes. It won't visible also. When you make any changes, the system, you can see, for example, now if you make any changes, system will show you these three only. It won't show you that one. Now that testing also I will show you. If you once release, you cannot save any new changes in that transport request. That point I will show you now. Now we will share this transport request to basis team through STMS. He will release the transport request to quality system. In some projects I have done that STMS also. That's a small company, some small project. The basis people have given access to us. But generally it won't be available. You can write like once before releasing TR, you should release the customizing task under the TR. Okay. This point we can just highlight it. TR should be released first. Share the list of TRs with we have before. Development to quality, only released TRs can be moved from development to quality. Okay. Before releasing TR, you should release the customizing task under the TR. That's all. First you have to release the task, then you have to release the TR. First task has to be released and then TR will be released. Share the list of TRs to basis as per the sequence. You may use STMS, transaction code to move the TRs to other landscape. Why I am using main? Because I know STMS, where we do the transport each single one. Sometimes if they want to move hundreds of transport requests in a big project, I think they would have some other options to move the bulk number of transport requests to the landscape. That's why I have used the he may use. Still it is releasing. Here we can see like modifiable, and if it is released, it will get the release. And the customizing and workbench, already I have explained earlier, but just a overview. The customizing transport request will be all kind of configuration. 90% of our configurations will come under the customizing. See the plan creation and purchasing document type creation and pricing procedure, creation of calculation schema, and all the areas will be customizing. Okay, you can say like 90% of 90 to 95% of our configuration changes come under customizing changes, and the workbench changes means the workbench changes 99% of ABAP changes come under workbench. It's all cross-client. For example, when you open, we have one example in our access sequences. Okay, when you create any changes of access sequences, system will generate workbench request. Generally, the workbench request means which will affect the cross-client. For in the same development landscape, you can have a 3-4 clients, right? For example, one is for configuration, one is for ABAP, one is for testing. If you make any changes, you have to move from one client to another client by using the transaction code SCC1. That's what I explained you. But that is only for customized changes. But if it is a workbench changes, it will automatically visible in the other clients.
Okay.
That point I will write required. We move TRs from one client to another client under development landscape by using T code SCC1. Okay. This has to be done for only customized TRs because workbench TRs will be automatically affected in all the clients under development landscape. Have you got my point? Okay. If you do any workbench request, it will automatically affect in the other clients also. You don't have to move.
Okay.
And here one more point. To move a TR from one client to other client under development landscape, you don't have to release the TR. Okay. To move from one client to another client, you don't have to release the TR. Generally, we don't release it because, for example, in golden client, you are doing some configuration. You move to testing client, and there you have done testing. You identified one more issue again. Then you will come to development and make changes, and you will save in the same TR, and again you will move with SCC1. Means many kind of trial and error methods will happen. That's why we never release the TR until it is completely finalized and you want to move to quality system. Okay, that's why SAP has given a facility like if you want to move a transport request from one client to another client, then we can directly release from it without releasing the TR.
Okay.
Okay.
And what happened after once we transfer it to quality?
Once you transfer to the quality, for example, you have moved all the transport requests to quality, there you are doing the system integration testing. Okay. During system integration testing, you identified some bugs which are not identified during unit testing, or we might be forgot to do some settings and all. Then you have to go back to development and make the changes and save in one transport request, release it, and move to quality again. That is the process.
Okay.
Then again you have to do the testing. If you identify some more, then again do the changes in development, release it, move to quality, then everything is fine. Then we move to the production at the end. Even during our support project also, you make some change management, right? Change request. Then what we do the changes in development, do the testing for informal or formal testing, unit testing. Then once you feel like everything is fine, then we move to quality. There we do the system integration testing. Once you are satisfied with the testing, the results, everything, then we will ask business to do the testing. That is called user acceptance testing or business acceptance testing or final acceptance testing. 3 words we generally use: BAT or FAT or UAT. Then he is also happy with the okay, now everything is fine. Then we move the changes to production. Okay. Let's see whether it is released. Yeah, see it is released. Okay. Deletion of SL is released. Even when you see the list of TRs also, you will have an option modifiable and released. Like that also we can filter.
Okay.
Okay, now I will show you that it won't be visible when you make any changes. The testing that you do in front of you. Then you can understand. See, this time what will I do? This I will change the description of this 104. Test. Now system is asking for a transport request. Okay. Here if you click on own request, you will see the list of TRs under your user ID without releasing. Okay, those are all your own. Click on own. System will show you. See, system is showing the 3 transport requests which are not yet released. It is not giving all the transport requests which are released and unreleased. It is showing only the transport requests which are not yet released. Means those only you can utilize for your changes. Just now we have created that deletion of storage location, but we have released. That's why once the TR is released, you cannot add any additional changes into that TR. If you want to add any other changes, please keep it in modifiable state. You don't release the TR. Okay, now you understood, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Next question.
And in batch, like we have to activate the batch at IM level, and if we have the warehouse, so at warehouse level, right? And also we have to activate the batch for the movement type. So it will be the settings if
Yeah, mainly the first level we maintain at the plant level or client level or material level. Okay, that is the level. How that level will be decided? For example, the level. Just I will give you for our understanding. For example, if it is client level, the batch number will start like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. When it is going that number ranges, if it is a client level, irrespective of the plant. For example, this batch number 1 may be available in plant 1. Batch number 3 might be available in plant 7. Batch number 4 will be available in plant 2. Okay. Again, this plant 1 person is doing some goods receipt. At that point of time, he may get some 150 or 180. Any material. Okay. Means batch number 3 will be available under that client. Only one it will be available. Nobody will be repeated again. Okay. See, for example, batch number 3, batch number 1 was generated. It generated under plant 1 for some material X. That's it. The batch number 1 will not be seen anywhere, any plant, any material, client level. If it is plant level, what will happen? Batch number 1 will be visible in the other plant also. For example, batch number 1, material X, plant 1, or white 1, for example, plant P1. Same batch number 1, you can see maybe material X or any material Y, plant P2. Because the batch numbers are at plant level. Okay, each plant will have a batch number 1, batch number 2, batch number 3, like that. And here batch number 1, plant 1, material 1 means the batch number 1 will not be repeated again. For example, batch number 1, material X, plant P1, then batch number 1 won't be repeated again. again for any material under any plant. Understood this point? But when it comes to plant level, batch number 1, material X, plant 1 is having the same batch number 1, some other material, in plant 2 it will be available. When it comes to material level, generally material level will be used. Material level or plant level. Now we come to material level. It will be like batch number 1, material X, plant P1, same plant P1. See, materials are changing. For same plant, you can have that. Batch number 1, material Z, plant P1. Means each material will have batch number 1. For example, in January, you have manufactured one material X, you have given as a batch number 1. Okay. After 3 months, you have prepared the same material X, then the batch number will be 2. After 1 month, batch number 3. Like that it will be there. But in case of plant level, the batch number 1 material X you have prepared today, and tomorrow batch number 2 material Y has taken. And then after 2 months, if you do that one, for your material X, the next batch number will be maybe 70 or maybe 80. Okay. But in case of material level, until you create the next batch, you will get the batch number 2, then batch number 3 like that. But in case of client level, today you created your material X with batch number 1. After 1 month, if you create, it may be 1000 or 2000 because that's a client level, right? Every material, every plant, every day batches, many batches will be generated. That's why batch number 1, then next batch may be some 600, next batch may be some 800 like that. That we decide here in the logistic general. Okay, next question.
Yeah, almost I'm done with the queries. So
Okay. You just go through and all. You're always welcome to ask better queries, and I'm here to explain you.
yeah, sure.
This is the active status management. This is the batch level. Batch unique at material level, batch unique at client level, batch unique at plant level like that. Status management are all different concepts. You asked some question, right? Here we can decide and all. The batch number assignment, when you're activating internal batch number assignment, now we can do here. Internal batch number, we activate it. So for the define batch creation for goods movements, when you create a new batches, how it can be decided and all. See, for 101, we have different options like automatic, no manual creation, and no creation, manual without check. There are different options out there. According to that, it will generate.
But like for example, vendor is sending a material with the batch number. So if you want to enter particular batch number, same batch number. At the
Yeah, we have a vendor batch field actually. We have vendor batch field where we can do the vendor batch also we can maintain. For example, if I will show you that MSC3N where we can see a batch details, right? Slash an MSC3N. See, see here the vendor batch will be there. There we can maintain the vendor batch number. Vendor batch number might be different, right? Our batch we have a own kind of series and all, but vendor batch might be a different number. Then you can maintain the vendor batch also here. Even for example, if you have a manual thing like you during batch creation, how a system can be taken, those details also we can do that. You need to check any open POs are available or not to do that activity. Then that's the we can control at that configuration whether the batch number can be given manually or automatically it will come. Okay, these details we can control at the moment type level, how a new batches can be generated. See, now as per the configuration, what we have seen here, the defined batch creation for goods movement. I kept for 101, I kept an option of C, automatic creation, no manual creation. Now I'm taking one PO. And storage location, item OK. Just once I click on check button, system will generate the batch number according to the defined number series. So this is the batch series where we get the batch number. Like that, this option will be working according to that how we are handling. I hope this session is useful for you because we have discussed many areas and different areas of MM and also the function specification and transport request. Okay, all the best. Have a good evening.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. I'm recording this session too. Okay, let's see what is the agenda of this session. Okay. So roles of SAP support consultant. Okay, what are the roles and responsibilities and daily activities will be done by support consultant. For example, if you apply for SAP MM consultant job, I can say 60% of jobs will be mostly support roles only. Okay, maybe 30 to 35 will be implementation. Few maybe testers or some other kind of roles. But most of the roles will be support consultant. Because when a company implements, maybe they spend 1 year of time or 1.5 year of time or 8 months of time to implement SAP. But the support will be continuous activity. Initial support will have more issues, and after 2 years or 3 years, it will come down. And if they get any new requirements, they will complete according to the support activities only. Okay, like change requests and those things. Okay. So the first we'll see about the roles of SAP support consultant on daily day-to-day basis. So based on the timeline, we can go for otherwise I will plan one more session about service level agreements and the priority of the tickets, those things we can cover. Okay. In this presentation, we are going to discuss mostly about the roles of a consultant, what exactly is going to do. For example, if many people are trying for SAP support role, otherwise you got an offer letter, you're going to join next month as a support consultant. What exactly you're going to do? To get an idea, I hope this will be helpful. Okay, roles of support consultant. I addressed two types of support consultant here.